it's sad times. Sad times.
Notice what?
Alright, let's see.
What am I supposed to know?
The name. Something
Right.
about the name. I know it.
What was the name?
Regulus Stormground.
Regular Stormground, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I can see right there because I'm sitting next to Alex exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Ugh, fuck.
Milestone.
Where's my... How do I go live stream again? I forget.
How did you?
How do you forget?
I don't know
Get this?
what I do.
Just go live.
How?
There's
Just
a
go
button that
live.
says go live. What do you mean?
It's not hard.
You see, it's a complex process involving connecting to a satellite, so you can distribute it to the World Wide Web.
How do I get rid of the tab bar? Is that a thing? I know on Chromebooks you can do that.
F11.
Nice. Okay.
And it would suck if I fell asleep.
I'll smack this shit out of you. I know where you live.
Would
I'm
be-
not above
would be a
driving here
shame.
right now.
It'd be a shame if you didn't wake up tomorrow.
Would be a shame if someone's house caught on fire and I got to collect the insurance money for it.
He started the deed too.
Good thing I'm live. Just kidding, I couldn't find the go live button.
How did you? Streamlabs. Are you in Streamlabs?
Oh, that's where I go. Okay.
Bro,
I got it.
Oh, you guys use Streamlabs?
Yeah.
OBS is where it's at.
Fuck OBS.
nah. It's way simpler to use Streamlabs.
It is.
Now, where is Discord?
When it comes to streaming, Streamlabs is a little better, but when it comes to recording, OBS is far better and less complicated.
Seeing as I just download the stream, there isn't much recording going on for me.
Yeah.
I remember that. I do have OBS installed. So,
I do as well.
I just have Streamlabs set up, ready to go.
Are you guys going to turn your cameras on, or am I just going to be the only one?
Do you want me to turn mine on? I had mine
I don't
on
know.
for stream.
I don't have a camera.
Man.
Damn.
Fortune.
I actually have to go through a whole process because I'm using an Xbox Connect.
Guys, actually,
Oh,
I'm
yeah, that's right.
looking through Khan Academy.
What?
Kid,
Khan
what did he
Academy?
say? What?
Did you not understand me?
No.
No.
Super quiet.
Can you understand?
Yes, I can understand you.
Turn me up.
No. That's gay.
OBS immediately stopped responding. Oh, and it just closed. Come on. Here we go.
Hey,
Discord.
called me.
Meeting area. Turn on camera.
Did you just ask who called you?
Oh, that was Alex.
Hold up.
Alex, what'd you call me?
Because you're gay and you wouldn't respond.
I have my notifications off.
There we go. Daniel, look up from that phone.
Oh, hello, Daniel.
Ah, yes. Very good.
Oh goodness. I know I'm not in the camera. Oh, yeah.
All right, let us do this.
Way
I need
over.
to figure out what I did.
My camera's not working. This is so sad.
I see that.
Well,
Wow.
I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Never mind.
Wah, wah.
Fuck. Make it so much better if I was high right now, but I'm out of weed, unfortunately. Anyways, what were we doing?
I love on the stream.
Oh.
So
What was
we
that?
were fighting the werewolf.
Okay, so Pretty much the same thing that happened last time. You guys managed to scare off the other two, but the alpha of the pack itself is standing and still going to try and fight you guys. So, everyone go ahead and roll for initiative.
Initiative. That
I need, like-
sucks. 11.
Go to the Discord.
To me,
Huh? Well, that's right. I can roll on that.
All right. So Werewolf rolled 17 and I rolled a 7.
alright, set this up.
Where is the dice rolling?
I got a 14.
I'm gonna just.
What are we doing? Initiative?
16.
Initiative, yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
rolled a
use.
2.
I got a 7.
I have a plus
Alright.
9, so I have 11.
All right. So that means the werewolf goes first then.
Damn, that sucks.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. I got my. Gotta get my dice out.
This man's rolling with dice.
My man, why didn't you just roll with
I
D&D
got
Beyond?
it. I don't know where my D&D Beyond thing is. I didn't save it.
What?
Well, you
How do you not save it? It should have saved automatically.
I don't know what account I used.
It should have
Bro.
signed in automatically.
That's doofus.
How are you supposed to know anything about your character?
I remember it.
I don't think you will.
I have a +6 on strength, and that's really all that matters.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a dwarf. That's like insanely strong somehow.
He's a gnome.
I'm a gnome.
You just go to D&D Beyond on your phone or on your computer, Ethan, and then you just go to it and you have. Why do you have so many accounts? It's like my one question. Why do you people have like 57 different accounts? Just use like 2.
If one gets hacked, he has a backup. Okay, it's
Well, then just
simple
make a new
logic.
one.
Literally, no.
It's just that Ethan
I
has to
have
have
my
ultra
separate
organization.
accounts for separate stuff.
I should probably actually turn on my camera.
Ethan,
Yeah.
What?
you want a job as an accountant?
Oh yeah, what you paying?
Cool. Mine doesn't work either.
I will pay you $1.
For what?
I'm paying you $1 and $17.50 standard, so that's actually worth like $250. $250 an hour.
Oh yeah, I'll do it.
I'll do
All
it.
right.
I'll
No, you're not good. You're not organized enough. I have seen the work
Yeah,
and effort that Ethan puts into his organization skills.
And there's organization.
Yeah.
And
Bro, my camera's not working.
You better see my school files. They're amazing. Mwah.
Yes, send me those and your resume.
Well, my resume won't
Shame,
have
Ethan,
anything to do.
if I accidentally deleted all of them.
How are you gonna get access to
That's
that?
what you have to. That's what you get to figure out, and I get to know.
Oh, by the way, oh, and he's gone. Oh, he's back.
Trying to get my
Bro, my camera's not working either. Hold up. I'm gonna do the same thing.
mine still doesn't work.
Imagine I don't even have a camera, but I'm still here.
I know.
Okay. No.
No, I just realized, Alex, why we never have anything done. It's because we spend about an hour and a half fiddling with the fucking camera. Technical difficulties.
Bro, my camera's just not working.
Say technical
Like,
difficulties.
is my camera on?
All I
No.
see is it's going doop 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 online. It's like doodly on the lines.
Yeah, it's not.
Someone's watching my stream.
It's probably you.
Oh, is it?
Oh, it is me.
Probably his girlfriend.
It probably-
No, she's asleep.
That's what
That's
you think.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Secretly, she's sleeping with the mailman.
Whoa.
They don't even have mail.
Everyone has a mailman, dummy. How do you get
No.
your mail? Everyone
have a
has a
mail
mailbox.
Bruh.
I don't have a mailbox. They just drop everything through the fucking front slot on my door.
It's a mailbox.
Nah. They just throw it at his door. Take it.
No, literally, that's what they do. From my apartment, we don't have mailboxes. We just have mail slots on our doors, and they just toss everything in.
Cannon gun.
What if
Fire
there's
through
like a
window.
package? Do they just like shove it through?
Oh,
No, they just set it outside. Hopefully, that we
Oh,
pick it
wait.
up before someone else takes it.
That made
the
sense.
Porsche pirate
That-
attacks.
I was just not thinking.
You never think.
Although, speaking of which, my phone is supposed to be here tomorrow, and I actually have to be awake so I can sign for it because they're not just going to leave that at my door.
See, you know how porch pirate should actually look? If it's actually a porch pirate, they should
much
literally
was
have a
it?
peg leg, a hook, and a eye patch with a scraggly
How are they
beard. And
picking up
these
packages
horrible amounts of scurvy as they run up with their crew.
They're gonna like
and
hook
their
the
rowboat.
package, break it,
Could you-
and then run away or hobble.
Could you
away.
guys-
They're not pirates, they're just thieves. They're not
Could you
pirates.
guys imagine, like, you just wake up one morning and, like, you look outside and, like, you see your package, but some guy with peg legs is just walking back to a pirate ship that's parked in the middle of the road. He gets on it, just starts, like, the road starts breaking as they start rowing down.
Of waking up and looking outside to see stuff stolen. We had a bunch of wood stolen from us. Like, there's just a chunk, a square.
Now,
chunk
why
out
would
of
you
our
leave
thing
the
of
wood?
Just gone. What do you mean, leave the wood? It's just outside in our backyard. What do you mean?
What are you supposed to do? Ethan, get a lock and chain it? Oh, speaking of chaining things, I went and worked on a unit one time in Indianapolis. Not only was there like 13 gun shells just hanging out around it, but it was padlocked and chained to a concrete pad.
Yep, that's indie for you.
Great.
Anyways,
Shelf next to it.
All right. What'd you roll?
what else?
What's your initiative?
He rolled a 6.
He's going last.
8 dice. Oh, okay, 6. All right. So yeah, werewolf is pretty much going first. So I am going to say that. Actually, I'll roll to see who. Oh, god damn it, Ethan. There we go. I'll say that it is going to try and attack Ethan because the werewolf does not like gnomes, and
Agreed.
he rolls a 16 to hit. All right.
Wow, how much is your armor class, son?
He doesn't know. So it hits. It's probably like 12.
Oh
See,
wait! Hold on. Let me go and look.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the reason that you have it pulled up, Ethan. So that way we don't just say, "Oh, you died."
Oh wow! Who would have thought I actually used this account? The one that I knew that I used.
Probably everyone.
This is why
I just had to end my stream.
No, that's what I was just saying. John keeps trying to have it start, and then Ethan's like, "Oh, hang on."
All right, and it looks like he hits, and Ethan. Basically, what happens is the werewolf just lunges directly at Ethan, slashes him multiple times, and then knocks him back. So, Ethan, I want you to take 38 damage total.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the one attack werewolf is a very overpowered enemy, especially in alpha in this.
So that
So
means I'm
he does
at
about a D40 of damage for every attack.
So you
Okay.
said 38.
12 health.
He almost max damaged Ethan.
12 health. 12 health.
Oh my
How
god.
do you only have 12 health? You should. Didn't he have like 60 health?
Yeah.
It's
How did
50.
he-
Isn't it?
No, it's 6.
We've leveled up.
Yeah, yeah,
I have 22 health then.
All right, so who's going next after that?
Connor.
Yeah.
Connor, what'd you roll again? You rolled a 16?
A 7.
7? Never mind.
It should be me then. Yeah, I've got a 14 with a +2, so I've got 16.
All right, Daniel, what do you want to do? Do you just want to attack him, or do you want to try and do something different?
Hang on, what's this?
Flurry of blows.
Yeah, I want to do because the bonus action is that it's a second action, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm gonna unarmed strike this man.
Werewolf.
You're gonna unarmed strike him.
Yeah. I'm
All right.
monk.
What-
Punch him in the fucking throat.
All right. What is your unarmed damage, or what's your strength? I should say.
So my strength
There we go.
is 16, so I've got a
Cameron.
+3 modifier to it.
Okay.
Why do you look so
We'll say for unarmed damage, just roll a d10, and then add 3 to whatever you get.
I forget my other camera.
So I roll a 9. I roll 6 + 3 is 9.
Why is my camera black?
Okay. So basically, you just run up
There
to
for a
him
second.
and you just
Yeah.
walk
I'm finally here.
twice.
And then
Blind.
bonus action.
Speaking of which, Connor, I have a very important question. What the fuck ever happened to Gabe?
But it's a very long story on that.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
not the best to get into.
Forgot about.
Like,
No,
alright,
no,
fair
go
enough.
right ahead.
We'll save it
go
for another
right
time
ahead.
then.
Save it.
Anyways.
For later. We're trying
Yeah.
to play D&D. on stream.
I know.
Can we focus
I know.
on-
I'm
So,
so
all right.
curious though.
Anyways, who went after Daniel? He did 12 damage. Wait, 9 or 12 damage? I forget.
9.
Did you do
Okay, yeah, 9 damage to the
And then
werewolf.
can I do the flurry of blows bonus action?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so that's 2
Just click the
more
number.
hits.
Click it.
So roll 2 d10s and then add +3 for both of them.
So one of them is 10, the other one is 5.
And so you do 15 damage. All right. All right. So basically, you just do a complete
That's
Mortal Kombat style combo on this werewolf. You basically punch him and kick him multiple times, and he as well goes flying back and momentarily stuns him.
Nice.
All right. Who is after Daniel?
me.
All right. Do you just want to attack him?
I Fusro.
First row.
There
Okay.
goes my.
Roll a d20 to hit.
Okay. Why is it not?
15.
All right. And then roll for damage.
How much is damage again?
First row is d50.
$29.
29. Okay. So you basically just Fusro and werewolf goes flying back once again through multiple trees. You guys are actually doing quite a bit of damage right now, more than I thought you would.
That's good.
Hurrah!
Yeah, the I give you an idea just because of Daniel's and your attack, it's already at less than half health because of that.
Let's go, guys.
Eh,
Double team.
All right. Who was after that?
the Dragonborn and the Shaolin monk just kicking a werewolf's ass.
Connor was next. I think, yeah. Ethan rolled a 6 and Connor rolled a 7.
Yeah, I rolled a 7 as well. So it's just up. Connor, would you prefer to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Picking out between 1 and 2.
I got a good move. I got a good move that I want to be doing.
Okay, so you can go first.
Okay,
What do you
so
want to do?
I'm gonna be using command and telling it to stay.
Just stay like a dog?
Yes, to stay like a dog.
All right, roll a d20 with disadvantage because it's an alpha. It's going to be hard for you to mind control it.
How do I just do a normal roll on D&D Beyond?
It's a little dice in the bottom left.
It's the red thing, and you click on it, and you select the dice that you want to roll.
1,
So
2.
then just basically roll 2 dice.
Okay, so the lower of the two got a 6.
All right, so you try and do the mind control spell, and the werewolf kind of just immediately shrugs it off as soon as it feels like you're trying to tamper with its mind, pretty much.
All right.
All right, is it my turn now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I am actually not going to attack it. I am going to try and help Ethan a little bit, heal him from the fucking beating he just took from this thing. So I am going to roll. I'm just going to use regular healing spell, roll a d20 to see what I get here.
What is your class? Wizard.
Yeah, I'm just a wizard.
Wait.
I have access to conjuration, destruction, and just restoration spells, pretty much anything you can think of. And a few alterations if need be. All right, so I rolled nat 20, so I am going to basically do double healing actually for what I roll.
No.
All right, so Ethan, I heal you for 20 health, so go ahead and add 20 back to your total stats.
42.
Cool, and that is my action for this turn. Who was after that?
Ethan.
Me.
All right, so Ethan, after I heal you, what do you want to do?
Let me see what I can do. What Susan the giraffe can do.
Attack.
Oh, what?
So I punch him.
I do too.
What is it with you guys in unarmed attacks right now? I don't get it.
That's all I have.
Well, we're both monks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. Anyways,
It's very-
roll a d20 to hit.
I got a 23.
23. Okay, roll for damage. That's a d10 for a regular unarmed attacks, and then plus your strength modifier.
Oh, D10.
Do we mention that?
I got a
No.
13.
Yep. So basically, you do the same thing that Daniel did in the exact same order. You do 13 damage to him total. All right, so this werewolf is looking pretty weak. It's already bloodied just because of those few attacks that it had on it. So everyone go ahead and roll for initiative once again.
Oh, that's a different way. 16. Oh,
15.
I get
11.
All right, looks like werewolf rolled a natural 20, and then I rolled a 13.
4, 5,
So werewolf is going first again. This time it is actually going to attack Daniel because that first attack kind of pissed it off with how much it hit him. So let's see here. Roll a d20 to hit. Oh, and it looks like it rolled a natural 20, so that's going to be critical damage. All right.
Yes,
And
Am I able to dodge?
No.
I mean, you can try if you want to, but it rolled a natural 20. You're going to have to either match that or roll higher if you want to be able to dodge it.
What happens if I fail a dodge? Is it like even more damage?
It just hits you. That's all. If you dodge it, then you dodge it.
Well, I might as well just try and dodge it then.
perfect, Connor.
Nah, I didn't dodge it. I got 13.
Acrobatics?
All right. So Daniel, you are going to take. All right, Daniel, you are down for the count. You took 60 damage exactly.
Alright.
No, you're not dead. You're not dead, but you're unconscious. So either me, Connor, or someone else is going to have to heal you. Whoever has a healing potion on them for their action.
I don't.
So
Alright.
he has a zero hit points.
Yeah, he's at exactly 0 right now.
Connor's gonna kill you. Just saying. I just know it.
No,
Does
no,
that
I
mean
got a cantrip for that.
Sweet.
All
Oh,
right.
what is it? Something dying?
Yeah, spare the die.
Yeah.
All right. Basically, what happens is werewolf gets up because it's kind of pissed off after all those attacks. Immediately sees Daniel, rushes him, claws him a bunch of times, and Daniel just drops from the blood loss and the slashes on his chest and all over the rest of his body.
Damn.
He got fucked, bro. He's not dead. He's not dead.
I'm unconscious.
Oh, okay. Let's finish.
Yeah, I will say though, if you guys are unconscious or like if you fall during battle, you have 3 turns for someone to heal you or at least stabilize you. After that, you do actually die.
All right.
Or if you go lower than like we'll say negative 25, then you're just immediately dead, like damage wise.
Like someone does like 300 damage.
Yeah, basically, like if someone like does like double what your actual health is, and you're just immediately dead from it.
Damn. So I use a spear.
Spear, what is your damage for that?
What did you say it was? Notes.
I think I said it was like a D20 last time or something like that.
Yeah, I put that in the notes on the spear. Roll d20 for damage.
Okay. Roll for hit.
10.
10. Okay. Yeah, so you basically just try to miss him completely. You try and go for the spear attack, but he kind of just dodges out of the way.
Should have gone for that long bow.
Alright, who's next?
Daniel would.
I got a 15.
I'm
he's
laying
on the
there
ground.
bleeding all
He's-
over the ground.
He's on the ground.
Who is after him?
My,
Wait,
my
Connor,
classic-
wait, Alex, what'd you roll again? 16?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was after him then?
It would
I got a
be me.
15.
Okay, Connor, you're next. What do you want to do?
So let's see. I could probably go heal Daniel.
Probably best.
I'm telling you right now, the werewolf's health is pretty low. If you were to get a well-placed attack, you probably could kill him this turn.
Do you want to risk that or have
No
me
weapon.
die?
I have okay. Actually, I have the lightning dagger. Never mind.
Kill him.
I forgot about that.
Werewolf.
See what's happening right now. is
Yeah. No, I think I'm gonna. What do we got? I'm gonna loot Daniel's body.
All right.
What? My wooden
Okay.
stick?
All right, go ahead and roll d20 to see what you find on him.
I don't have any gold. I don't have anything, I don't think. I think I'm poor. I have no armor. I only have a flute,
9.
Yeah, so you don't find anything on him when you try and loot him.
my quarterstaff, and what else do I have?
I just realized, like,
gold
we're
already.
I just realized like I robbed you guys and like we are all completely broke pretty much right now. We have like no money
Did Daniel
whatsoever.
spend any money though? Wasn't he just
No, I
asleep?
remember what happened the first turn. I used the distraction in the tavern to steal all the gold from the game we were in. And then I
He
used
was
all that to
asleep.
buy this
He
map.
wasn't
I
playing.
wasn't in it, but I used my money to. We got you out of prison. We got Ethan or someone out of jail. We bought your bounty, Connor. So I don't have any money. If I have
Yeah,
any,
we're all just completely broke.
I
Dang.
think I don't have any.
I
actually.
didn't have any money at the start, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. Ethan's broke completely. I'm broke.
I rolled a 13, so does that mean I go next or Ethan, what'd you roll?
I rolled 11.
Okay, yeah, so I go next. All right, I am going to be the support again, and I am going to heal Daniel. So that is going to be another d20. Use a standard healing spell. Daniel, you recover 17 health from that.
That's a
Yay.
lot of shit.
So you are now stabilized, but you can't do anything until next turn.
Yeah.
All right, now Ethan, it is your turn.
I'm gonna attack.
All right,
got
roll for it. Okay, and then are you just going to do unarmed, or do you actually want to use a weapon, or do you even have any?
I don't have a weapon.
Okay, unarmed attack it is. Roll again, plus your strength modifier.
This tiny gnome.
Okay,
How tall is a gnome?
I got a 11.
11. Okay. Cool.
Like when I think a gnome, I think something that's like 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
That's what
All
I
right.
am.
And was that everyone's turn?
Yep. Initiative.
All right. Cool. Yep. Initiative again.
Nat 20, so 29.
Okay. Werewolf rolled a 9, and I rolled a 2, so I'm probably going last.
Rolled a nat 20 with my modifier of 9.
Oh, I got a 30.
I've got
What
a
do you mean you
6.
got a 30?
A 30? What the fuck?
Hold on.
Minus
Let me-
27.
I'm gonna pull up your stream here, Ethan.
It's not on.
What?
He's using
I
actual physical
said-
dice.
I said a 30
Show me your
minus
dice, Ethan.
27.
As the DM, I call your bluff. I'm kidding. I don't really care that much.
My stream is up, so
I
you
got a
can ignore
3.
fact
If you
check.
can't do basic math, I got a 3.
All right.
Oh, he's got a 3.
Got a
This is
9.
the
So-
dice I'm using.
Alex,
He's using a 6-sided dice.
No, it's a piece of wood. That's his failed wooden dice.
That's the worst dice to use for initiative, dude.
Wait, what am I doing? I am
you're going first. What are you doing?
You're supposed to use a 20-sided dice.
No, I'm not using that.
longbow.
Longbow? Okay. We'll say that longbows will do a d20 as well for range damage.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll to see if you hit.
17, by the way.
Okay. Now roll for damage.
You said D20?
Yeah.
18.
18. All right. So this thing is very weak now. So one more attack and you guys should be able to kill it or at least knock it out. So who was after Alex?
It wasn't me. I had only a 7.
I think me and the werewolf tied for next roll. We both got
Alright.
9.
Okay. So in that case, go ahead and roll a d20, Connor. I'll roll for the werewolf.
I think rock, paper, scissors.
Yes, rock, paper, scissors with an imaginary creature. Makes sense.
Cowboy duel. Whoever shoots
I got
the
a
one first
16.
wins.
No, challenge into a Yu-Gi-Oh duel. That'll fix it.
Hold up, let me install Master Duel.
Duel.
Where's your deck? My deck? Sorry, what are we doing? Anyways,
Leviosa.
what did you roll, Connor?
16.
Ah, damn. So you do go first. The werewolf rolled 15. What do you want to do?
All right. So what's Daniel's health looking like?
17.
He's stabilized. He's at 17 health.
Attack the werewolf.
I think I think I'm gonna run up and stab the werewolf with my lightning dagger.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for hit then.
Right.
A druid?
What is that? D20.
Nah, longbow. Longbow and dual sword.
4.
What do I
All
do
right.
now?
So Connor, you basically try and go up for the stab, but the werewolf just kind of dodges out of the way, like lightning fast as you go to stab him. So because of that, you are in a vulnerable position. So it is going to be double damage because you are literally right next to it.
I'm gonna die.
So roll for hit. Oh, actually, no, the werewolf fucked up as well. He rolled an 8, so he tries to go and slash you, and he kind of misses, and you dodge out of the way just in the nick of time. So you both kind of just try to stalemate.
Wow.
All right, so who was after the werewolf? Who was lower than that?
I have 7.
Daniel.
7.
What'd you get? Dan?
Yeah, I rolled a 2. I rolled a 2, so yeah, Daniel, I think you'd go next. What do you want to do?
Well, the what you should know is I'm going to punch it again.
Okay, roll to hit.
So the unarmed strike thing, it says deal bludgeoning damage equal to 1 plus strength modifier. Is that the damage plus the strength modifier? That's right.
I'm sorry, repeat that one more time.
Yeah.
Deals bludgeoning damage equal to 1 plus strength modifier. So it's the strength plus.
Yeah, it's already calculated. Okay.
Okay, that's what I was wanting to know. So rolling plus 5.
Unarmed strike, that's fine.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, damn
So
liberals.
that's 16.
What?
16. Okay. Roll for damage.
Did I miss anything?
No.
Oh wait,
No,
it's
not
a
really.
D10. D10.
Okay.
Oops.
Oh, I
hang on.
forgot to throw this away. I'll be right back.
Son of a bitch. 10. Roll.
Why is yours going slow motion?
Oh!
He does 1 damage.
That's a natural.
One.
I got a 1.
Nat 1.
Let's
Okay,
put
yep.
in a-
That's amazing.
yeah. So do I add anything to that 1?
Yeah, you still add your strength modifier, whatever it is.
So then it's 4.
Okay, so the werewolf is at exactly 1 health now because of that.
Well, now I'm going to spend my other key point and do flurry of blows again.
All right, roll to see if you hit.
What is it, Dragon Ball? Better hit Daniel.
11.
That's
11. Yep. So you don't hit. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
okay.
All right. Who was after that?
No, he's not.
I think it's you, John. No, wait, no, it's Ethan.
Ethan by
Yeah, I rolled Ethan.
It's me. Okay, so I attack. But this
Alright.
time, I aim for the head, an uppercut.
All right. Roll to see if you hit. I'm going to be
24.
very surprised. What?
24.
Okay. Roll for damage. It doesn't even matter at this point what you roll. Just roll.
I got the highest I can get, 14.
14. All right.
Oh wait, no.
So Ethan.
14. 14 damage.
Okay. All right. So, Ethan, you kind of just run up full speed as the werewolf is distracted from its minor encounter with Connor and Daniel, and you kind of just go in for the finishing blow. You uppercut it, and it's just down for the count. It is now completely knocked out and bleeding. So, congrats. You all won. Go ahead and level up because of that. You all fought a higher level creature.
Also, when was the last time we ate anything? When was
I'm-
the-
When we were sleeping last night, I don't really take sustenance or food into consideration. I just can kind of assume that when we're resting, we have access to food because we're in a forest and we can hunt animals if need be.
Like that other game, whatever it's called.
Yeah, and to be honest, the only reason you guys were even in this situation was because Alex decided to test his Foos Rush out for no reason.
Yeah, and then I heard some werewolves, and it was like, oh, shite. How
Bruh.
do I level up on this? Oh, I have to do that. Okay.
All right, I will say as well, on the werewolf's body itself, you guys all notice that there's a single ring on its left hand. You want to take the ring?
I take the ring.
Okay. So, Alex, you take the ring. Do you want to put it on, or do you just want to keep it in your inventory?
Do I put on the ring? Put on the ring.
You want to?
I put on the ring.
I'll put
Okay.
it
I
on.
put on the ring. I already put on the ring.
So how much health do you have now?
So you just add 10 health every time you guys level up, so you're all at 70 now. And since you leveled up, go ahead and restore to full health as well.
I didn't even take any damage.
Sweet. I almost died.
I did.
Yeah, Daniel was temporarily dead.
He saw the light.
Yeah. How'd you change the color?
All right. So, Alex, as soon as you put that ring on, you immediately hear a voice in your head telling you to call for the hunt.
Another hand touches the beacon. What?
No, yes.
I want you to take a wild guess what kind of ring you just put on, Alex.
The ring of history.
Piercing.
Yep, good job. Yep, it's the ring of piercing. So you hear that, and then immediately you feel the transformation process start to come on, and you start turning into a werewolf for the first time.
No.
Bruh, that's terrible. I'm glad he immediately put on the ring.
So
I'm very glad about that too.
now I am going to say that I immediately noticed this happening. I'm going to roll a d20 real quick. And I rolled a nat 20, so I am actually going to use a conjuration spell and cast a prison, like a miniature prisoner cage spell, so that way we can let Alex get the fucking werewolf out of his system,
Alright.
so he doesn't try and fucking kill us immediately.
This is said moment.
Well,
I
it
was
doesn't.
RKOG, my boy.
Do we know that he'll be mean to us?
It's a werewolf, Ethan.
Yeah, that's what the Ring of Piercing does. It just gives you random werewolf transformations until you can find a way to take it off, and the ring does not come off unless you are either dead or unless you find a spell powerful enough to get it off of you.
You know, you should have just inspected it.
Nah,
Nah,
it's okay.
Nah. We gotta put on all random rings we encounter.
Now it makes it
That's true.
exciting. Our quest is to either let him
it's just
die
randomly in
or
battle, it's werewolf transformation, and then you have another enemy you need to put.
Son of a bitch.
then we just kill you.
Luckily, me and Ethan use fists.
Yeah, we literally.
And like quarterstaff.
Can I still
Blunt
shout as
object.
a werewolf?
No,
Can't do it.
you only have access to your werewolf abilities, but since this is your first time transforming, you basically have no control over what you're doing.
Is it Skyrim werewolf or is it the Elder Scrolls werewolf?
Just Elder Scrolls Werewolf.
You guys
Isn't that the same thing?
No.
Is that worse?
Yeah, Skyrim werewolves, they're a bit weaker. Like, werewolves in actual lore are actually a bit stronger, I think, than just in
The
Skyrim.
Elder Scrolls werewolves are like Elder Scrolls Online. They're overpowered as fuck. They can
Yeah,
heal
yeah.
all their health with one ability.
Yeah. So I'll say, Alex, for right now, since you do have the Ring of Piercing, you have access to the werewolf trait, so if you ever want to use it in battle, you can, but I'd highly recommend it only in, like, very desperate situations, because chances are you probably won't be able to control yourself until you get full mastery of it.
How would I do that?
It'll come with time, and just after enough transformations, I'll just kind of let you know when, like, you're able to actually regain, like, your composure with it.
See, John, right now we're talking to a werewolf. I don't think he can understand us very well.
No, I'm just letting him know as like a player, like, this is just fucked up. His actual character is locked in a prison cell right now that I conjured up.
Walls.
So now, basically, I just let you guys know. So hey, we're gonna have to camp now and let him get it out of the system because he decided to be a dumbass and put the ring on.
I know.
Damn it.
Can't believe him.
And
I would RKO'd him.
I'll say that because we don't know how long the transformation takes to wear off the first time, I'm gonna go ahead and roll a d20 to see how long it'll actually take. Okay, so it takes about 8 hours or so, but eventually he de-transforms back into a human. But the problem is, you now are completely naked. You have no clothes because transforming into a werewolf ripped all of them.
How sad.
Good job.
Yeah.
That's so.
All right.
He's
So basically, Alex, I just tell you as you wake up, yeah, you were a dumbass and you put the ring on, so now we have to deal with this.
Gonna catch hypothermia next thing you know.
All right. Now, as far as our location goes, I'll assume that since it's been 8 hours, we've all kind of rested up after that encounter. We are now in like the forested area, like around Falkreath specifically.
I'm gonna catch hypothermia at this point.
I'm a nerd. I'm resistant to the cold.
Oh.
Do you guys actually want to head into town and like look for supplies, or would you rather just head to clothes? Okay. With what money?
What buddy? Yeah.
Wait a minute.
We stealing? We stealing?
You can try to steal if you want, but if you fail, the guards will get on you and try to arrest you.
Let's go rob.
They'll kill them too.
I don't think guards are not fun to kill, Connor. They're guards.
Wait, where are we?
I
Yeah, especially-
murdered that one head guard. Completely.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. But those were fairly low-level guards.
These are
We're talking about Skyrim guards here.
They took an arrow to the knee and still do their guarding, and they still kick your ass.
Where are we?
I got new spells though, so I leveled up. I got new stuff.
I took a level of
Nobody's
cleric.
answering me.
You don't remember where Falkreath is? It's the middle of the bottom of the map next to Helgen.
Are we out of prison though? Sounds
No,
like we're out of prison.
we.
No, I imprisoned Alex because he transformed into a werewolf. We've been traveling across the mountains and through the woods now for a while since we left Dragonstar and Hammerfell.
Ah,
Over the mountains and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
Shut up.
to Turkish prison we go.
Anyways, so we all basically head into town. What do you guys specifically want to do? Since we're here, there's all the regular shops that you know. There's an alchemist shop, there's a blacksmith shop, there's the Jarl's Longhouse, there's all that kind of stuff.
I beg for coin.
And I will say, Alex, because your father is the Jarl of Dawnstar, pretty much all the other Jarls know you because they've seen you at political functions and stuff like that.
No,
Dude.
Alex is naked.
I walk
and
up
a political
to
figure.
the guard and ask for an escort to the Jarl.
Wait a minute, actually, hold on. I have an idea. I just remembered I'm a wizard.
Wait, can I join Alex?
Wait a
Okay,
minute,
Alex, I'm gonna use another conjuration spell, and I'm kind of just gonna cast some basic clothes on you, so don't worry about those. We'll just assume that you now have like basic, just like laborer clothes on now.
Loincloth.
Alright.
I join Alex in asking for a escort.
I also joined
escort?
acting as his bodyguard.
Yep, this is fine.
I'm.
All right, so do you just walk up to a guard and basically ask for an escort to the Jarl's house?
Yes.
All right. Guard kind of looks at you for a second and is like, I'm going to have to verify this. He calls over a few other guards. Head of security comes over and he's like, yeah, I recognize this kid, or take him to the Jarl. So
This is so easy.
I look at you guys and say, I'm gonna go do some other stuff. I'll meet up with you guys in a little bit. So I kind of go off and do my own thing for right now. Daniel, what do you want to do?
I'm
Do you just follow them?
going to the alchemist shop.
Okay. So Daniel and me kind of split off again, and the rest of you kind of go with the guards to the Jarl's Longhouse. Once you get in, it pretty much looks the same as it does in Skyrim, like the game itself. The Jarl himself immediately recognizes you, Alex, just because, political connections and shit. He pretty much just asks how you're doing and then asks what you're doing in Falkreath.
I'm trying to make my way back to. I already forgot where I lived.
Dawnstar.
Dawnstar.
I'm trying to make your way back to Dawnstar. He basically looks at you and goes, oh, okay. If need be, I can always arrange transport for you. We do have a carriage outside of town.
What's the Jarl's name?
What?
What's the Jarl's name?
Oh, shit, I didn't think that far ahead.
That's white.
Ask for some money. Ask for money.
Yeah, ask for
Ask for
money.
money.
I don't trust any of my
so
party
poor.
right now.
Let's steal. Let's knock him out and then
The two
Yeah,
people.
where's the vault? Where's the vault at?
Hold on.
Where's the
hold on,
vault?
show
hold
us the
on.
Where's the treasury?
Two people I'm with, I knew were in prison with me.
And then the other two guys that you are somewhat less not trustworthy have wandered off to go do whatever else they're gonna do.
Alex, I keep forgetting. What's your character's name again?
Regulus Storm.
Regulus, okay. Regulus, I know, so I can arrange transport for you back to your hometown if need be. But these other two, I have no clue who they are.
I'm pointing towards Connor's character and say he is my bodyguard, and then I just completely
Yeah,
ignore the
Just ignore the gnome. Okay.
Bro,
He kind of just looks.
He's a poor 2-foot monk. Just
I
Yeah,
had
looks-
as a garden gnome. Nobody will know.
Doctor.
Okay, so he kind of just looks at you and Connor and goes, "Very well. If need be, I will arrange transport for you two. But the rest of you'll kind of just have to deal with it and go your own way."
I'll just walk.
Can I have
Walk.
a
I'm not in the
coin?
room.
He's not even in the room.
All right.
I
So
will say
we,
by your leave. and I
The
leave
Jarl.
the-
Just a coin to help me on my travels.
Daniel, you said you're in the alchemist shop, right?
Yep.
All right.
I
What do
know, I
you
did.
plan on exactly doing? Because you don't have any money to buy anything.
Yeah, I realize that, so I'm instead going to the tavern.
Oh,
Or I'm
okay.
going to
Rob somebody.
do what I always do
And take a nap.
Find a nice seat by the fire, smoke my pipe, and take a nap.
With what money? A seat costs $5 or 5 coins.
And I'll sit on the floor.
You might
Sit on the
as well
floor.
just
That costs money too. I'm kidding.
You might as
I
well
will-
sit on some bench outside.
That's true.
It's a capitalist society, Daniel. Everything costs money.
What do you mean?
Negative what? Charisma? You can't talk your way out of a plastic bag.
I don't need to. I'll just punch you.
Anyways, is that all you want to do? You just want to sit next to a fire for a minute?
Yeah, if someone comes and talk to me, I'll talk to them. But otherwise, I'm just gonna sit by the fire and chill. Smoke my.
All right. All right. We'll just say that you're doing that for right now. Meanwhile, me on the other hand, I'll say that I am currently in the tavern as well. I am going to talk to the bartender, see what information I can get as far as this area goes. I'm going to roll a d20 to see if he says anything. Nope, not one. Okay, so he says pretty much nothing of importance is going on right now. Except that the entire northern half of Skyrim right now is enthralled in another civil war between most of the holds. That's about the only useful info he gives me.
Not again.
Only the northern half, though. Like, pretty much everything past Whiterun is currently in a civil war. Falkreath, as well as Riften and all the south holds, are okay.
Your family's at civil war, buddy.
So, besides that, we still have no money, so after that, am going to go outside to the Jarl's Longhouse, and I'm going to look and see if there's any bounties, possibly, that I can take. Or at least make some quick cash. I'm going to roll a d20 to see if there are any options. Yes, okay, there is one. So, basically, the bounty board itself says that there is an orc war chief wanted currently for murder as well as pillaging and a few other crimes like that. The reward for bringing him in alive is 2,000 gold, and dead is the reward is 1,000. So
Sounds like we're gonna go capture someone.
I take that bounty, and I ask you guys if you want to come with me to make some money real quick. We'll all split it 5 ways if we do actually take him in alive or dead.
Well, is Alex, Ethan, and Connor back, or are they still talking to the Jarl?
I already left. I bowed and said, "By your leave," and left the longhouse after my conversation.
For some reason, they left the gnome,
Yeah, we
They
left
left the gnome.
We left the gnome.
and I'm just in the house, so I'm gonna rob him. No,
You're just gonna
He's
rob
still
him?
in
Okay.
there. What do you
You're gonna
mean?
rob the Jarl? You mean you're
Yeah.
gonna rob the guy
Ethan.
who has the heaviest guards in the town?
yeah, but I'm
Ethan,
in-
because you are a gnome, I will say that they aren't really paying much attention to you. So if you do want to rob them, roll a d20 with advantage to see what you can steal, because they're not going to be paying that much attention to you.
Okay,
He's so unimportant. How does it make you feel, Ethan?
makes me feel great. So I got 16 for the first one, and then I got a 19 for this.
All right. So I will say that in the Jarl's quarters themselves, you notice there is a crown sitting in a locked case. So you manage to pick it open after a little bit of fiddling, and you take it. Now I want you to roll a d20 to see if any of the guards notice you doing that.
No.
That'd be stealth.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd
yeah.
just be
Doesn't
stealth.
have.
I actually have +4 and stuff, so let's
I have
go.
+6.
19.
What?
15 plus
19?
4.
You said 19?
Yep.
Okay. So, yep, you pretty much just take the crown, you stuff it in your pocket, and none of the guards notice you as you slip out with it. Now, what do you want to do with that crown? Do you just want to keep it on you, or do you want to take it to the shop, see what you can get for it?
Well, I don't want to sell it at this shop. They probably know that crown, so I'm gonna keep it on to me right now.
All right. Cool. So, pretty much I just have the bounty, so do you guys want to go do that now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let me see here real quick.
This crown. How obvious is this crown on this 2-foot man? 2-foot tall man.
I'll say it's small enough to where it can fit in his back pocket.
Let's go.
It's
Why is it
basically
so
kind of like a tiara, basically. That's what I'll say it's like. All you know is it looks valuable. You don't actually have an actual value for it yet. So I will say that the bounty itself is what was that? Fuck, I forget it. Alex, remind me, what was the one dungeon called for like the one where you have to go into the place and like picklock it? It was the one next to where the purchasable property in Falkreath.
You mean the one inside the building on the bandit thing?
Yeah, the one where you have to like open the wine, where you have to open the drawer basically, and it reveals a whole dungeon underneath it.
Oh.
But like that's the one where the bandit leader is actually camped out at.
Pine Watch, I think it was.
Yeah, Pine Watch. That's what it was. Okay, so we are all heading to Pine Watch basically. I'll just go ahead and skip this because it is a bounty. We shouldn't really have to worry about too much. We just have to get in there and either kill him or take him alive. Whatever you guys want to do.
Take him alive.
Hopefully.
Also, yeah, never mind. I'm
Okay.
these guys.
So basically, we get into Pine Watch. There's not much in the way of guards up front. We kind of search around in the basement. We all manage to find the button that leads further down, and then we go down there. I will say that as far as the guards themselves go, there are a few of them. Then the bandit leader as well. So they're all kind of just camped out in that main room, just because this is a very simple bounty. I don't want to take too much time on it.
Can I roll
They haven't
intimidation?
they haven't noticed any of you guys yet. They're kind of just having like a meeting, we'll say. So you guys are still technically unnoticed. What do you want to do?
I walk up after saying, "I got this, guys." I walk up to the bandits and try to intimidate the leader into turning it.
Can I try
You
and like,
intimidate them into what?
behind them, the bandit leader? And,
I am trying to get the bandit leader. I'm intimidating him into it to just turn himself in with us. That's the
Okay,
characters.
go roll a d20 for me. And that would be your intimidation stat.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
Nat 20?
Nat 20.
All right. So, yep, as soon as you say that, he sees you and he's just immediately petrified. He can't explain why, but like he just says you look tough. His legs are shaking and he's just like, "All right, fine. I guess I'll go with you." The other guards, though, they're not so up for it. They actually immediately say, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" And they immediately initiate
Romulus,
combat.
Son of Romulus.
how many
Heir to the throne of the Pale.
guards are there?
There's 3.
Oh, perfect.
Yep. And let me see here. Everyone go ahead and roll for initiative. Now they noticed you guys as well because they've noticed Alex.
4.
16. Can't get less than a 10.
Right. So first guard rolled a 17, second a 16, and the other one an 8.
I rolled
Then roll
eight.
for myself. And I rolled a nat 20, so like, it looks like I am going to be going first. Ethan, what did you roll?
Oh, I thought I wasn't there.
Oh, no, you were with us. Remember, you stole the tiara. You were with us to go get the
Oh.
bounty.
You joined us. You joined back with us.
Let me see. I got a 14.
Yep. So it looks like I am going first then. So I am going to use a cast flame thrall spell, and I'm going to summon a flame thrall to help me in combat. I do that, and then my flame thrall itself does a d20 worth of damage for every attack, plus 5 because of fire damage.
Sweet.
So that's roll for hits on that. All right, it rolled a 15. Roll for damage. All right, so it looks like I'm going to attack the first guard, and that does 24 damage to him. I'll say that these guards, they're not very strong themselves. They only have about 25 health, so this already immediately almost kills this one guy. Who was after
I had
that?
16.
Yeah, the first guard. So
Guard was 17.
first guard rolled 17, so he is going to attack you, Alex, because you're the closest. 20 for hit. And looks like he rolls a nat 20.
Ridiculous.
And okay, so he is going to do 16 damage to you, Alex. So go ahead and subtract 16.
Not 165. 16. Okay. Am I rolling
Right.
20 with this other guard? Because I rolled 16 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he rolled a nat 1, so you'll probably go first.
15. 15.
Yep.
All
So
right.
what do you want to do?
I cast Sacred Flame.
All right. We'll say that does just a standard D50, because Sacred Flame is a fairly powerful fire spell.
Sweet.
So go ahead and roll D50 for me.
Let's see here. 32.
Okay, so you cast Sacred Flame, and it just immediately incinerates him. He is completely dead, and he is burnt to an ash.
Can
So,
I turn
who-
around and intimidate the rest, or
No, that was only if you got a critical hit.
damn it?
You either when you roll a nat 20, you have the option of either doing double damage, or if you want to, you can have a second attack because of that. It's up to your choice.
Got that. Yep.
All right. So who was after that?
The other guard, the 16.
Yeah, he's dead now. But I'm saying like who rolled after that?
What did you?
I have
I
an
got
8.
14.
Okay, so Daniel, you and the third guard are going to roll against each other.
Would Ethan not go? Because Daniel rolled an 8.
I rolled an 8.
Oh, okay then. Yep. So Ethan, what do you want to do? Sorry.
I want a jab in the eye.
Which guard? The first or third one?
Third one.
All right.
Really get in there. Make him blind.
All right. Go ahead and roll a d10. Or I mean roll a hit, sorry.
20.
20, nat 20.
Nope, not 20.
Okay, roll for damage.
8.
Okay. So you basically go up and you jab him in the eye, and he is now 8 points lower. So that was your turn, and then it is up to Daniel and the other guard, right? Because they both rolled the same.
Mm-hmm.
All right, roll a d20 for me.
14, 15, 16.
All right, second guard rolled a 19, or third one rolled a 19, so he is going first. He is going to attack you, Daniel, so let's roll for d20, see if he hits. All right, he rolled an 8, so he pretty much lunges at you with an iron greatsword, and he just completely misses his swing. Now it is your turn. Do you want to just attack him, or do you want to do something different?
I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
Right, roll to see if you hit.
Uh, that's a 20. Well, add it up to 20.
Okay, roll for damage.
It's 8, 9, 10, 11. 11.
Oh, so wait, I forget. I'm not keeping track of their health here very much. Did the third guard already have damage done to him?
I think Ethan hit one of them. Alex incinerated one.
Ethan did 8 damage.
Then
Oh,
there's
okay.
then there's like the third guard, which I think is my guard.
Okay, yeah. So the first and third are alive. First one has 1 health. Third one has 7 health now.
Okay. I do
Initiative?
flurry of blows.
Oh yeah.
All right, roll to see if you hit.
I gotta roll 2 of them, don't I? Or do I just roll 1 d20? I forget what I did.
Just roll to see if you hit for the second attack.
16, yeah.
Cool. So you hit and roll for damage.
plus. So 18.
Cool. So third guard, you basically just run up to him. You do a flurry combo attack, Mortal Kombat style, and you just completely fucking annihilate him. At this point, I'll say that the first guard, because he's on such low health and he just watched his other two buddies just completely die because of you, he is going to run off basically screaming for his life because he's so injured and he doesn't want to die. So congrats, you guys won, and you managed to intimidate the boss to come with you.
I throw my quarterstaff in his spine.
I shoot him with the longbow, the dude that's running.
All right, roll d20 to see if you hit, Alex.
11. Sucks.
All right, you missed the shot because the other dude, he rolled a 19, so he dodged it before you could get to him.
I command him to stay.
Oh my god. Fine, roll a d20.
9.
Works.
Nope, it didn't work. Yep, so he basically runs off into the depths of the mine. If you guys really want to, you can chase after him, but it's really not going to do anything.
I'll
Chase him. Chase him.
Well, we need someone. We need someone to escort to keep track of the guard and the dude.
All right.
I'll just stay and guard the dude.
All right, so you all chase after him further into the mine just because, I don't know, you feel like murdering someone today. You all follow him into the deepest part of it. You get to the trap room, or right before the trap room, I should say, and you're facing down the guard there at the bar. He is officially low on health, and he's pleading with you to please spare him. What do you want to do?
Sacred Flame.
All right, roll and see if you hit.
He is just sitting there begging. How do I have to roll to hit? 4.
All right, so yep, he basically rolls out of the way before you can hit him with Sacred Flame, and he's saying, wait, if you spare me, I can tell you where the treasure is.
Dylan.
Bruh, there's treasure, Ethan.
Command, Gunner.
Dylan.
I command him. Actually, wait, no, hold up now.
He's literally, you don't have to command him. He's literally offering to tell you guys where the treasure is if you just spare him.
All right.
We'll
Tell us where the treasure is. We'll make your death less painful.
Now he's even more scared. Now he's just kind of hiding behind the bar from you guys.
Bro.
I punch him.
I cast Healing Word.
Hit him.
All right, Ethan, roll d20, see if you hit.
Why would you?
I cast Healing Word.
Intimidated. I got a 10.
He
All
has
right, so
one health.
Ethan, you basically try and jump up onto the bar, lunge over and attack him, but you kind of fail on the jump and you just fall on your ass as you try and get up onto the bar.
Thank God. Oh,
Dang.
thank God. Thank God this guy is literally slippery as fuck.
I literally buttered.
All right, so after he sees this, he's kind of just like, all right, seriously, stop attacking me. I'll tell you
Healing
guys where
word.
the treasure is if you just stop. All right, you want to do Healing Ward?
Yeah, I cast Healing Word on this guy.
All right, roll d20 to see how much you heal.
Heal my brethren, and I heal 12 health.
All right. Wait, who did you heal again?
The bandit.
Okay. So after he notices that most of his wounds are now gone in his body, he thanks you and says to follow him. He'll show you where the treasure is, and he leads you further into the mine. Do you guys want to follow him?
I follow him.
All right.
Or
Bro,
Sounds
Daniel,
like
you're
we're trying to
escorting the
murder.
guy. What?
I know I am.
No, he's escorting you guys to where the treasure is.
Oh no, I'm guarding the
The
chief.
chief.
Forgot about that.
I have Sacred Flame floating above my hand. Ready.
All right. So he's basically leading you down the hallway, and he's pointing out where the booby traps are. Because in actual Pine Watch, like in Skyrim, there's a bunch of traps leading up to the treasure room in there.
Yeah.
So he tells you guys where all the traps are, and you evade all of them. And when you get to the treasure room itself, he says everything is just beyond this door here.
I cast Detect Magic.
All right, roll d20, see if you detect anything.
10.
All right, you feel that there is a magical presence, or at least some kind of spell at work, but you can't tell exactly what it is from beyond the door.
I also detect magic. Cast detect magic.
I'm a
Roll
gnome,
D20.
so I walk.
I hold Ethan back. I just pick him up.
13.
Honestly, you can.
What?
Yeah.
13.
All right, yeah, you basically come to the same conclusion. You both sense something, but you don't know exactly what it is.
All right, kick down the door.
Hold up.
All right.
Hold up. Connor's kicking down the door. Let me cast Shield
that's
of
great.
Faith first.
What does that do again? Remind me.
It gives a bonus, a +2 bonus to AC.
Oh, okay. So you do that. Connor kicks down the door, and I want everyone to roll a d20 real quick,
That sucks.
or at least everyone who's there at the door.
Which would not
I
be
don't-
you. You're still the first one. Dude.
I'm just kind of chilling.
Oh, I just
9.
got fucked. I got a 9 too, Connor.
All right.
Got a 13. Did the best.
All right, so 2 9s and a 13, right?
The guard's still
Yep.
there, right? So does he roll?
Who?
The bandits.
Yeah, I rolled for him.
Okay. I still have Sacred
So-
Flame ready.
Okay, so basically, as soon as Connor kicks down the door, immediately you guys feel the roof start to shake around you. And as soon as you feel it start to shake, an avalanche basically happens right over you guys. You set off a booby trap because you opened the door preemptively. Basically, what happens is you guys duck into the room, but the guard himself lunges backwards from where you guys came from. He rolled a 16, so he managed to escape the falling rocks.
Can I use my readied Sacred Flame to burn the fuck out of him?
I mean, you can try to, but you're trying to escape falling rocks at the moment. So
I'll
you're
do
going to have to
that.
roll with disadvantage to see if you hit him.
I'll do that.
All right, roll 2 d20s.
3.
Yep, so you basically try and cast the spell because he's trying to run from you guys, but you miss, and the avalanche happens, and now you are cut off from him, but you guys are now trapped in the treasure room.
Well, except Daniel. Daniel's still up there.
Yeah,
Can I?
So-
Great.
so you guys basically take a look around. That was the only real trap there was. The magic was just to basically set off a chain reaction that would cause the avalanche, from what you could tell. But in the center of the room, you notice a chest as well as a table, or what used to be a Draugr coffin, just basically full to the brim of gold coins, gold ingots, as well as any other form of treasure.
Touches the beacon.
I take it off.
What? What? No.
As the treasure of the group,
I cast
hold on
detect
to all.
magic.
I
Again?
just take
All
it.
right,
I'm not
roll
gonna
d20.
15.
All right. I'll say that you don't really notice any magical spells in place, but you do notice that there is one magical item among the items
I
on
take
the
it.
table.
I command him to stop and then
Nah.
take it for myself.
Nah.
I take it as the gnome.
I
It
command
is-
both of them to stop using
Nah.
my leveled up command spell.
So it is basically you notice that there's an ancient Nord helmet on the table itself. Alex, you pick it up, and it basically what it is it is just a health bonus. So if you wear the helmet, you get a slight health bonus. Basically,
I put it on.
put it on. All right. So go ahead and while you
shit on your body.
while you have it on, you basically have an extra 30 points to health.
Oh damn.
30 points.
Let's let him die by becoming a werewolf.
You mean I die?
You
I-
die.
I'll
You
transform right now for you, Ethan. We'll fight it
Do
out.
it. Do it. Bet.
Well, actually, you don't really have an option of when you transform.
Ah.
Alex is kind of just random. Remember?
Yeah.
Damn it.
It just so happens you transform right now and kill you.
No, not yet.
I'm
I'll do.
up for casting
just-
Sacred Flame on Ethan and burning him to a crisp.
We stopped trying to murder each other for like 5
Hey,
seconds.
Ethan started it.
I thought we were supposed to be a team. Oh, by the way, I'm not with you guys. I'm back with Daniel guarding the bounty.
Yeah.
We're just chilling.
Me and Daniel,
Connor,
we're
and
kinda
Ethan
just-
are all fucking criminals. What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
You all just chased after this dude just to taunt him and murder him. Meanwhile, me and Daniel are just standing there like, guys, what the fuck? We have the bounty. Let's go.
Okay, so I walk up to.
I take the rest of the items as he's
I-
putting on the helmet.
I let him.
All right. So I'll say value-wise, all the items that you took. Let me roll here to see what you guys get total from the haul.
Connor. When I take up my
Right.
position of Jarl, I'll give you the position of treasurer.
So besides the helmet itself, all the items on the table are worth about 3,000 gold. So Connor, since you were the one who picked it up, you can decide to either split it off with the other guys, or you can just decide you want to keep it all for yourself. But either way, your teammates are probably going to kill you if you do that.
I'll give them 100 each.
100 each. All right.
That's good enough.
I don't care.
I'm okay with.
Hey,
100
hey,
each.
hey!
So-
How many of you guys are there? Am I left
Hold
with
up, hold up.
2,600?
Hold up,
Oh,
hold
my.
up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I mentioned to Connor. Let's not tell this to the others.
Actually, yeah. Daniel and John, they aren't even here. They don't get any.
When they
Exactly.
get up there, I want to do perception check to
Yeah.
see if I notice that they're a massive bag of coins.
No. All right. Yeah, I'll give 100 to Ethan and Alex. That's it.
By the way, I'll tell you guys now. Me and Daniel, we felt the shaking of the ground and the trap go off. So like we already know you guys are probably in some trouble. So me and him are going to investigate right now.
All right, the gold are already in the pockets.
Can I foos
All right.
roll?
So are you splitting it 3 ways or what's the cut of it each? Because there's
They both
3,000
get
gold total.
100. I get 2,800.
Whoa,
All right.
whoa,
So Ethan and Alex, you both get 100 gold. Or Connor, add 2,800 gold to your inventory
why does he get so much gold?
I picked
because
it
he's
up.
the one who picked all of it up. He gets to decide how he wants to split it. If you want more, then you'll have to fight him for it, I guess,
I
or
fight
convince him to give it to you.
No, don't do that.
I'll fight with my.
All right.
I fight. I convince Alice to fight
I
against
say
him
no.
so we can
What?
split it in half.
God.
What? Why'd you do that?
No.
So you want to try and convince him to split it 3 ways?
Yes.
Have I arrived at this point? and can I like?
there's collapse.
Yeah, there's collapsed
Okay,
roof.
can I punch my way through the collapsed roof?
I mean, you can try to if you want.
I'm going to punch my way through that collapsed roof.
All right, roll d20 with disadvantage.
I will successfully punch my way
I
through
don't
this
know.
collapsed roof.
1,400 gold sounds tempting.
It doesn't
Yeah.
even matter. I got a 6. So.
It's for the group anyway.
Let's
Like,
get
what-
it.
Yep. So basically,
no,
Daniel,
no.
He's gonna take it for himself.
I'm just holding on to it.
me and you
hold
are
up,
basically
hold up.
standing in front of the pile of rubble, and you're just like, "Stand back, I got this." And you do a full monk style punch, and you just completely break your wrist, pretty much.
Good. I deserved it. I wasn't punching hard enough.
So, just for that, take 10 damage for that, just
Can
because
I
you broke your
foos
wrist.
roll
Pretty much.
the collapse
Alex?
ceiling?
Alex, aren't you from a royal family anyway? Why do you need 1,400?
I mean,
Because you guys are completely broke. He doesn't have daddy's money anymore. Oh wait a minute. Actually, no. I forgot. Alex, you do actually have some money on you. Remember, your
Oh.
dad sent you 1,000 gold.
Oh yeah. I did. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, he's
that.
fine then.
I'll stand
Right.
by my treasurer.
All right. So, Ethan, are you still trying to convince Connor to
Yes.
split it? Okay. Ethan and Connor, both of you roll a d20 with
Bro,
what
I
is
just kick
the
him like a soccer ball though?
what is the stat for convincing or like
For
persuasion? Persuasion, that's what it is.
Oh, persuasion.
Yep, both of you roll d20 and add persuasion. Whoever rolls higher is the winner.
15.
18.
Take a picture that I don't believe
He's on
you.
stream, is he not?
Bro, look at my stream. You can see my stream. I even have a plus
I
0.
actually
too.
got a 19.
Stop lying.
What are you talking about?
Share your screen. Share your screen, Ethan.
All right, both of you just hold on, just so we don't have any like people disagreeing. Just roll a d20 in the actual dice rolling chat.
Bro, it's on stream.
Yeah.
Connor has
No, if I
18.
lose-
Connor has 18. I am
No, he
literally watching
doesn't.
him watching
There's
his stream.
No way.
I'm
Alright,
literally
Ethan,
on his
you
stream.
roll
It's
D20
on my
then.
stream too.
I'm looking at it as well.
All right, now Ethan rolled a 2. So Connor, you keep the money, or he doesn't convince you.
Ethan rolled a 1. Ethan rolled a 1. Ethan.
I rolled a 1 plus 1.
I got a 3 anyway. From the rematch. So, I still won.
Connor, you get 28. You have 2,800 gold. Meanwhile, Alex and Ethan, you both get 100.
Yep.
All right. So what are you guys doing now? We're still trapped on the other side of the rubble. Like we can hear. We start shouting at you, and we can hear that you're in there. But me and Daniel are basically saying we're trying to bust you guys out. We need your help, though.
My wrist. is broken
I
because I'm
scream,
an idiot.
scoot back, and I foosro the rebel.
All right. Roll a d20, and since it's a narrow hall, Daniel, you and me are gonna have to roll a d20 to see if we can get out of the way of the blast in time.
No, I'm gonna die. But okay, let's go.
D20, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch. Nah, I'm gonna die. I got a 6.
I got an 8.
Okay, so turns out it doesn't actually do enough. Like you basically manage to push the rocks, but it doesn't completely knock the avalanche back or enough rocks out of the way for you to get back through the hallway.
Oh, thank goodness. I think I would have been crushed if you had.
So what I am going to do is I am going to roll a d20 real quick. All right, and that fails too. I tried to use a telekinesis spell to try and move some of the rocks out of the way, but I completely failed because I just don't have the magicka in me right now.
This sounds like karma and punishment for chasing a man down. You got all the gold, but now you're trapped.
I command the rocks to move.
Fucking no
That doesn't work. That only works on living creatures.
All right.
I have no
What
idea
happened to the
what
man,
that is.
John? What happened to the dude that ran? Did he just pass you?
He kind of just escaped. Me and Daniel were on our way down there, but he kind of just ran past us, and we didn't really think anything of it because we were too focused on you guys.
You guys, there's
I
a
know
massive.
alchemy.
You gonna turn the solid gold and make it even harder to get out?
Maybe. I know alchemy.
I
I know how to use alchemist supplies.
I got one spell that might save us from this. Might screw us even more though. Might screw us even more.
What is this spell?
I got thaumaturgy. One of my
I have it
options.
too. I have it too.
Yeah, just cause some harmless tremors in the ground for a minute. We'll see.
So you want to cause some tremors to see if it moves the rocks?
You want
Yep.
to collapse the ceiling?
Yep,
more?
I want to cause some tremors.
You want to
All
collapse
right.
the ceiling even more?
Yo, can I use
Because of the
thaumaturgy
ancient
and
food.
Fushro? With thaumaturgy, I can boom my voice up to 3 times as
No.
loud.
No, you can only use one or the other at a time because they're both considered one action.
Use my other hand and punch my way through the rocks again.
Sure, Daniel roll d20 as well as Connor roll d20 to see if your tremor spell does anything.
Please.
17.
Okay, so Connor or Daniel, what did you roll?
That fucking 2.
Okay, so Daniel, you punch the rock and this breaks your other wrist as well, so take another 10 damage.
I'm looking at it and it was like 18 and then it rolled to a
Oh, my other hand!
Is there a reason you're
okay.
deafened, Ethan?
What?
Ethan? I didn't hear anything he said.
He's
Undefinite.
muted.
He muted himself.
Unmute
Yeah.
yourself, Ethan.
I was listening to like a 2-minute thing really quickly.
Was it what I think it was?
Whoa. What happened
No.
just now? Wait, what happened with Connor's spell?
All right, so he rolled a 17. So basically, Connor casted Thaumaturgy, created a minor tremor. Daniel, you break your other wrist, but the tremor starts happening, and that knocks all the rocks out of the way. So now we can both groups can see each other.
I cast Healing Word on Daniel.
All right, roll d20, see how much you heal him.
20.
All right, so Daniel, you are now back to full health, and your wrists are good again.
That's
I look at you guys and go, "What the fuck was that about? And why do you guys sound like you have a bunch of metal clanking around? Did you take some kind of treasure?"
What are you doing?
No. Hold up.
Yeah,
Like,
Connor's
the only thing
pants are
in this
dragging.
room was
Add
this
this to
magic
it.
helmet that I was wearing. And the metal making noise, that was the money that I got from my father.
Can I perceptionify this?
Can I deception?
Yeah, both me and
Can I roll
Daniel roll perception.
Can I roll deception?
Yes, me and Daniel roll perception. You roll deception.
I fucked up.
Do I also roll deception?
Roll deception, Connor.
I got a 19.
I got a 5.
I got a 6.
Okay.
All right, I rolled a nat 20, so I immediately see through both of your guys' lies. I'm like,
I'm
there
not
was
giving it up
treasure in
anyway.
there.
I'm not giving up the money. Doesn't matter.
So I said, okay, so I basically point out your guys' bluff and I say, yeah, there was some treasure. You guys better be willing to spare it with all of us since we're a group.
You guys didn't come down here though.
You
don't-
I don't even know what the fuck happened to him actually.
Well, he's
Yeah,
still
you
with
guys
us. We
split the
just
bounty.
he's,
Yeah,
he's still with
bounty.
he's still with us. We just have him bound.
Oh.
The gnome has no
You
suspicion.
guys split the
Nobody's
bounty. Just
suspicious.
take my cut out of the bounty. You guys can have my cut. There we go. That's all
basically
needed.
we're taking all of it. We're splitting it 2 ways then, since you guys got money and we didn't.
No, I got this.
Let's rob Connor.
What are you talking about?
Much.
I
His
All right,
pants
so
are
hold on.
dragging.
I'm going to roll a d20 real quick. So, okay, so I rolled an 18. I am going to use telekinesis once again and say, okay, bye, and I put all the rocks back in place. And I look at Daniel and I go, let's get out of here and go turn the bounty, and they'll figure a way out. And me and Daniel kind of just walk out and leave.
I'm good with this.
Good thing I'm a gnome and I can squeeze through it.
You gotta roll to get that.
Yeah, so now all you have to roll again to see if you can get the rocks down and meet up with us.
don't want to meet up with these bums. They just love me in this room.
I got a
Who's roll?
22.
I got a 14.
What do I?
How do you get a 22? What are you even rolling?
I got +4 on strength.
Are we even? Is this a
What are
strength
we
roll?
rolling? Acrobatics, athletics.
Whatever you're trying to do to get the rocks down, just depends.
I'm
What's
just
Ethan doing?
I'm moving the rocks with athletics.
I'm moving them. Yeah, I got
Okay, well,
22 though.
All right, so
Fuck, 17.
you're basically gonna try and punch the rocks the same as fucking Daniel did.
I'm picking them up and moving them out
Yep.
of the fucking way.
All right, well, Ethan rolled higher, so we'll say that he does it first. You basically all look. You both look at the gnome. You see him basically just do a falcon punch, and he just completely knocks the rocks over again.
What?
Let's go.
All right. So now you guys are able to get out. Do you want to head back to the service, or do you want to look around some more? You've already looted the treasure room for everything that was
I
in
look
there.
around the rest of the place.
All right, roll a d20 to see if you find anything.
Investigation
Of worth.
or-
Yeah, investigation.
I'm also looking around.
Nat 20. No,
Wow.
I did. Yeah, Nat 20. Nat 20. I looked at the wrong thing for a second. Nat 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Connor, what'd you roll?
11.
All right, so Connor, basically you find a few spare gold pieces laying around, so you get an extra 20 gold. Meanwhile,
Oh.
Alex, because you are Dragonborn, while you're in the treasure room, you hear faint chanting. You turn the hall and you go further back into the treasure room, and you notice an ancient Nordic wall. Meanwhile, with one word inscribed on it that's glowing to you. Do you want to go investigate that?
Yes, I investigated.
All right. So roll a d20 to see what shout it is you get.
I am thirsty. I'm gonna go get some water.
You'll bring me some?
I don't know.
Yes. I also rolled a 14.
Okay. So 14, we'll say that you now have the third word for Fus Roda. So you now have the full shout.
Let's go.
So now instead of a D50, you do a D100. But because of that, you also have a 3-turn cooldown. So every time you use the shout, you have to wait 3 turns before you can use it again.
This is crazy.
All right. So do we all have everything we need, or are you guys ready to leave now?
I'm ready to go.
Me and Daniel already are heading back to Falkreath to turn
Yeah,
the
let's
bounty.
catch up. Let's catch up to those
go
guys.
beat them up.
Yeah,
Let's go beat the shit out of these guys.
Yeah.
Ah,
beat them up.
all right. So everyone's heading back to Falkreath then, right?
Yep.
All right. So me and Daniel already have a bit of a head start, so we get back to town before you guys do, and we head into the prison and we turn in the bounty. And wait, Daniel already left, right?
Daniel went to get water.
All right, Alex, when he gets back, let him know that me and him split the bounty 2 ways because you guys said that's what we would do.
I never said this.
So, you never said that? I thought you did.
Connor said
No,
take his
I
cut from it.
said take my cut only, and you guys
Okay.
split it between
Okay.
us. But
Okay, so that would mean that we each get 500 gold then. So tell Daniel when he gets back that he has 500 gold in his inventory now.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
and I'll keep your Ethan's and your cut for when you guys get back, basically.
yeah, so now we're even. Now everyone's even. You know?
Yeah.
No one needs to worry about any gold discrepancies.
I say we still
Okay.
rob Connor.
I
So-
will kill you.
So
Treasure.
shortly after me and Daniel turn in the bounty, we were kind of just waiting outside the Jarl's office for you guys to get back, and you show up back in town. I see Alex and Ethan, and I walk over to them and I say, "Hey, by the way, here's your guys' cut," and I hand you both 500 gold. So add 500 to your inventories.
Where's my cut?
Let's go.
You
I added 500.
shut up.
Well, I had 500 for Dan.
What are we doing?
Adding gold to his inventory.
Okay. So we now each have a bit of money. Do you guys want to take up the Jarl's offer for the transport, or do you want to do something else in Falkreath before we leave?
Go gamble.
Do I just find a
There's
dog?
there's not.
Can I find a dog outside of Falkreath?
Roll a d20. See if you find any dogs on the road outside of Falkreath.
Damn it. I rolled a 2.
Okay, nope. You look for a dog for no specific reason, and you don't find anything on the road. Okay, are you happy now?
Yes.
All right.
But no, I didn't find the dog.
Before we leave, I am going to head into the enchantment shop, and I am going to see if I can find any spell books. So let me roll a d20, see what they have available.
No.
No, I split it 4 ways. You have 500 gold.
Oh, okay.
Connor was the only one who didn't get cut.
Yeah.
Right. So it looks like they do not have any spells that I need or that I don't already know. Okay.
I want to go
So-
into a shop.
What shop specifically? There's a general store, there's a blacksmith, there's all that kind of stuff.
I want to go to a blacksmith. I want to get a weapon.
All right. What kind of weapon are you looking for?
Super high damage.
All right.
So-
So a two-handed, one-handed, you need to be more specific.
Let's see. So I'm gonna go with one-handed dagger specifically.
So you just want to see if they have a super high damage dagger?
Yep.
All right. Roll a d20 to see if they currently have anything in stock that'd be valuable to you.
They don't. It's
Or-
four.
Okay,
Doesn't
yeah.
matter.
Everything that he has is basically iron and steel, which is worse than your current dagger for the most part.
All right, that's cool.
But I will say, because you did find some ingots at the Pine Watch place, you do have the option of upgrading your current dagger. Do you want to try and do that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, roll a d20 to see how much of an upgrade you get.
5.
Okay, so I'll say that now you sharpened it a little bit with with a few of the steel ingots you found. So instead of doing a d10 for damage, you now do a d15 plus the
Nice.
5 electric damage.
Yes. Very good.
Right. And is there anything else you guys want to do before we head out?
Did that cost any gold for me to?
Yeah, I'll say that the blacksmith charged you $100 to use his grindstone. 100 gold.
Can I?
Can I sleight of hand steal that back?
Roll d20 with disadvantage.
2.
All right, so
Lowest roll
no.
is 11. So yeah.
Oh, lowest roll? Okay. So I'll say that the blacksmith immediately notices that you are trying to take the money back after he just did the transaction. And he says, if you do that, I see what you're doing. I'm going to call the guards if you don't fucking stop or give that money back.
Bro, my hand slipped. It happens sometimes. I have a hand slip phobia, hand slip disease. You know.
All right. Roll
It just
d20 with disadvantage to see if he believes you.
3.
Yep. So he kind of just looks at you and says, yeah, whatever you say. Get the hell out of my store. And he just kicks you out.
Dang.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do? Or are we done wasting these people's lives?
Go to a tavern looking for a dude named Sam.
All right. Fine. Roll d20 to see if anyone is fucking named Sam.
I also rolled to see if anyone's named Sam.
You wouldn't know. 17.
No, I wouldn't.
No, there's no one by the name of Sam in there. There's a guy by the name of Samuel, but not Sam.
Damn it. I don't remember the other
I got a
ones.
nat 20.
What are you talking about?
Wait, did you actually get a nat 20?
No, I got a 14.
Okay, no, there's no one named Sam, only Samuel, and it's the bartender himself.
Hey, Sam, how much would it cost if you changed your legal name?
Anyways, back to what we were doing. So we all head, or at least I head towards the Jarl's Longhouse. I walk in, and because Alex, you are the only one that he knows, you have to ask him that you're willing to take that transport now that he offered.
Yep. I go do that. I go ask. Oh, what was his name?
We'll do Jarl Dahlbigger.
Dahlbigger?
Yeah, Dahlbigger.
Dahlbigger. Okay.
Yeah,
Jarl Dahlbigger.
Jarl Dahlbigger.
I request the transport you've promised.
All right, you guys rest up until morning. It'll be at the front gates, and I'll arrange passage for you back to Dawnstar.
So he'll-
Although be wary of the journey. Right now, the entire north half of Skyrim is in civil war, so you guys have to be careful not to run into any bandits along the roads.
I'm looking for bandits. They've got treasure.
All right, so we all rest until morning. We are all now at full health, and we have all our gold and everything that we need, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so we all hop on the transport, and we start riding towards Dawnstar. Now, I want... Let's see here. I want everyone to roll a d20 real quick.
Okay, I don't know what we're doing, but
11.
3. I'm fucked. Whatever way you're doing.
I got an 11.
12.
All right. So I rolled a 15. Okay. So we're all on the road. It's now been about 2 days since we left Falkreath. We are now riding the road just outside of where Whiterun is. We're on our way to Dawnstar. And as we are doing so, suddenly we get ambushed by a bunch of soldiers. Because we're 1 minute we're all just kind of talking on the wagon, and then all of a sudden we all look up and we just see a volley of arrows just falling out of the sky towards our cart. So everyone besides me, I want you to roll a d10 for how much damage you take from some of the arrows.
Oh, by the way, I
have a
have the
question.
feat alert, which I cannot be surprised while conscious.
Okay, so you only take a d5 of damage then, if that's the case.
Can I do deflect missiles?
What kind of homing missiles are coming towards you?
Pretty sure missiles means flying object, so
Sure,
arrow.
why not? Why not? Roll a d20 to see how effective it is.
Got an 18.
Okay, so you use the deflect missile. It basically creates a barrier over you specifically, so you deflect all the arrows and you don't take any damage. Everyone else, though, does take a little bit
Yeah,
of damage.
I want to use spiritual weapon and create a shield above me, protecting me from it.
Took 1 damage.
Roll a d20, see if you have enough time. Roll with disadvantage, too, because you are currently being surprised
Oh,
or being
well,
ambushed.
I cast
3.
Shield of Faith.
3.
Yep, so you still take a d10 of damage.
Can I just dodge this? It's a volley. Can I cast Shield of Faith?
What does that do again?
Just
8
up my AC
damage.
by 2.
Sure, why not? Why not? Sure.
Push those arrows out of
I
the
mean-
way and flick them out of the way.
Also, remember, Alex, while you're wearing the helmet, you still have 100 health now, technically.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I have it set to 100.
Okay. So, basically, I noticed the arrows first, and I managed to hop off the cart and use it as cover before the arrows hit us. Meanwhile, Daniel deflects all of them, and then the rest of you take a little bit of damage from the arrows, but you managed to get in cover in time as well. We don't know exactly where the archers are coming from, but the arrows just do not stop. So we're assuming that they're probably somewhere on the other side of the cart, but we can't tell from where we are. So we're the driver himself. He just got completely fucking just shot through the chest. So he's pretty much dead on the spot. Meanwhile, we're all just kind of cowering behind the cart, just kind of waiting what to do. So do any of you want to do an investigation roll to see if you can notice where they are, or do you just kind of want to make a run for it?
I command.
Everyone's investigation.
Bruh.
You want to roll investigation?
How high is everyone's investigation? Mine's only +1.
Mine's plus.
Mine's +4.
Mine is a +5.
Well, then John,
I want
you
to. I want to use command. I want to use command of the dead driver to just alive.
You can't do that. It's only on living creatures.
not necromancy.
Why? I just revive. Spare the
You-
dying.
Do you know Revive Undead?
I know spare the dying.
Okay, no. So you have to actually know how to reanimate, basically.
I don't think he's dying. I think he died.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
already he died on the first arrow.
okay.
He's only an NPC.
Alright.
You got to remember that.
There's an arrow through his trachea.
Okay then.
All right, so I roll a d20 of investigation, see if I know where they're at, and I rolled a nat 1, so I cannot tell where the fuck they are shooting the arrows from.
Okay. I also. Oh gosh.
We might as well all just
Instead of-
roll.
Instead of rolling, I cast Shield of Faith. How many people can
I will.
I cast it
roll to
on
see if
everyone I
find
can.
it.
out of our
I'll
group?
investigate.
Roll a d20, see how thick it is.
I got a 15
Or what, Daniel?
investigation.
Okay, so you can tell that they are coming in the direction of from the other side of the cart, but you assume that they're anywhere between 50 to 100 feet away. They have some kind of cover that are blocking our direct line of sight, but they know where we are.
Also, I rolled an 18 to cast Shield of Faith on everyone.
Okay, so yeah, everyone has Shield of Faith, so we all have an extra 2 health for right now.
Extra 2 armor class.
I'm not worried about armor class, it's just health total.
Also,
I cast Bless on all of us. I can only cast on 4 people. So if one person's not gonna have Bless,
I'll cast bless.
I already know bless, so you don't have to even cast it on me if you don't want to.
I also know bless, but I'll take it.
yep. So everyone except for John.
All right. Remind me what bless does again. I forget. Wait. Hold
So
on.
it goes, you bless. I have the next level version, so it's 4 creatures of your choice within range. Whenever target makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
Okay, so it just adds an extra d4 to every roll. All right.
Yep.
Cool. So what do you guys want to do? We are still being all vaulted with arrows, but we're using the card as cover right now.
Can I just burn down
Go to
the
sleep.
forest?
What?
Sacred flame, the forest.
What do you mean? We're out in open plains. We're next to Whiterun. You got to remember that.
They have cover.
We still have horses, yes?
We have one horse on the cart, but it is being frightened, so it may try to run away next turn if we don't do something quick.
I'm gonna grab it, pick it up, and charge towards the arrows.
Okay.
So you want to just hop on the horse and run straight at them?
No, I'm picking the horse up and using it
Horse
as a
shield.
shield and charging where the arrows are coming from.
Roll a d20 with disadvantage to see if you can pick up the horse without it trying to fucking kick you.
Bruh.
Looking being too loud right now. My roommate's asleep like right above me.
I got a 9. Boy, what strength?
Yeah, strength.
11, 12. So I got a 12.
Okay, yep. So you basically try and grab the horse, and then it immediately just kind of vaults back and just kicks you right in the stomach, and you get knocked down, and it runs away. So I want you to actually, I'll roll for damage real quick. Okay, so you take 18 points of damage from that.
Damn. Sucks to suck.
I'm coming with creative solutions to try and solve our issue. None of you have predicted anything except for sitting in behind the cart. My next choice is pick up the cart and do the same thing.
Can I?
Wait,
Hey, Connor.
I am going to use a invisibility potion that I had on me, and I am going to use that to slip away from the arrows and get out of here.
Sounds a lot smarter than my
I
plan.
turn to Connor and ask, "Hey, you want to cast thaumaturgy? You know, cause that tremor everywhere."
Yeah. Tremors everywhere. They're harmless. They're harmless.
So,
It specifically says harmless.
so
but
that
yeah,
they could fall over.
it'll cause chaos. Yeah.
John's invisible.
Oh wait.
Thaumaturgy.
Oh yeah, I cast
Fucking with the
thaumaturgy
earth.
with Connor.
I have internal bleeding and Ethan's
Double
just chilling.
thaumaturgy.
Double thaumaturgy.
Ethan, have
Earthquake.
you done anything?
Ethan's just
No.
been sitting there.
You know what you should do, Ethan?
What?
Pick up the cart and run with it.
I'll do
You
that.
got
You two
massive
should-
amounts of strength.
You two. Me and Connor cast thaumaturgy.
Think about, guys. I want you to think about this for a second. The cart has wheels, and you can always push it
Nope.
and use it as cover.
See,
So?
that's stupid. Cover is dumb. We're using it as a weapon now.
Anyways, me and Connor cast thaumaturgy and cause an earthquake. Pretty much.
Roll a d20 to see if it's effective. Both of you.
16.
Weaponized cart.
4.
All right, so both of you cast Thaumaturgy. Connor's, yours actually does something. It manages to unstabilize the people that are shooting at you, so they temporarily stop shooting. Meanwhile, Alex, yours does pretty much nothing.
Okay.
Alright.
So now you guys have a few second window to gather your shit before they start firing again. Do you want to try and book for it, or do you want to stand and fight?
I'm sprinting out of there. I'm gone.
All
I
right.
Fusro down the opponents.
You have no direct line of sight. You wouldn't be able to hit them.
Fuck. Okay, fine. I also sprint the fuck out of there.
All right, Ethan, are you sprinting as well, or do you want to be the one who stays and fights?
I stay and fight.
Oh my
Internal
god.
bleeding
Stupid
in my
no.
intestines.
All
Ethan's
right,
dying.
so-
Ethan's just dying now.
I'm with him. I haven't left.
Oh, dude, you're both dying.
John's invisible. I don't know where John's at.
I used an invisibility potion and I slipped away. I ran as well.
Oh.
So Ethan and Daniel, are you two staying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I want both of you to roll a d20 real quick.
I'm gonna roll like a 4 and die.
Got a 1. Nat 1.
I got a 16.
Okay, so Daniel, you are the smart one and you continue to stay in cover. Meanwhile, Ethan, he decides to basically run out from behind the cart and charge towards where the arrows are coming to see if he can get a surprise attack in on them. But as he's doing that, as soon as he comes out of cover, he looks up and he immediately notices the volley of arrows coming down again. So I want you to roll another d20 real quick with disadvantage to see if you can dodge literally any of them.
Would Shield of Faith be still up?
No, since you have fled the area, it wouldn't be in effect anymore.
Would my bless would still be in effect?
Yeah, that would still be active as long as the fight's going on.
You're the same level as me, trying to deflect the missiles.
Ethan, have you even been doing your?
I don't think he's been leveling up his character at all. He's been adding health, I think. He doesn't even know what he's doing.
Ethan.
What?
What are you
Ethan,
doing?
did you roll?
Yeah, I got 4.
4? Oh, okay. Yep, so basically, let me go ahead and roll here.
He's dead. Bye, Ethan. No.
Bye.
First death.
So, yep, Ethan, you take 95 damage. So you basically just get pelted with arrows on every inch of your body and you just fall over dead immediately.
I am dead. That is death.
Daniel, you're sitting behind the cart and you just notice Ethan just get completely fucking annihilated by arrows. What do you want to do?
The gnome now becomes a porcupine.
Take his gold off him. He's got 100 gold.
Well, he's out in the open. I'm not
600
gonna
gold,
die.
actually. And he also has the tiara.
Yeah,
tiara.
600. Yeah.
He also has the
He's-
tiara on him. But
Take his body. He's 2 feet tall.
And he also has all the gold
Pick
on
him
him.
up.
So if you guys want to leave him, you can. But
So John, now that Ethan has been absolutely annihilated, can I use what was the one we did before? Was it perception? Investigation. Can I investigate again? Now that I think I might know where it is, seeing as there's 1,000 arrows in Ethan.
yeah, roll a d20 with advantage, just because you've already seen where their attack came from, or the general area which it came from.
it's crazy. Ethan, you gotta make a new character.
It's got 17, and then 16. So I got an 18 and a 17.
Okay, yep. So you know that the people who are shooting at you, there's about 50 to 100 of them in that range. They are all on the hill, about 50 to 100 feet away from you right now. And they're basically acting as snipers right now. They have a direct line of sight on you, but you can't see them from the angle that they're at.
Okay, so now that I know there's 50 to 100 of them, I'm going to tactically withdraw as fast as I can.
Right. I want you to roll a d20 for stealth to see if you can sneak away without any of them noticing that you're trying to get away or that you're leaving the cart.
So 14, 15, 16, 16.
All right. Yep. So you basically slip away as Ethan is getting pelted with arrows, and you kind of just leave him there for dead.
Yay. I have such good loot on me. You should at least get me to bury me.
Too late now. We can't go back for you.
The tiara is no longer important. It's probably the guards that have showed up to like get an exact revenge, and they just got their target.
By the way, I was about to say, yeah, that tiara actually was pretty valuable. It was worth like 5,000 gold. So now, whoever those guys were, they have it now.
Well, it's a charity event.
Cool.
We sacrificed Ethan and the money to save.
Glad
us.
Ethan didn't win the splitting money part.
What do you mean?
We still have the Bank of Connor at the moment, so at least that's a thing.
Yeah, Connor, with your 2,800. So like, I got 1,600.
Yeah, you got.
I don't got no money.
So glad I got high rolls. I would have died horribly and been so sad.
So now
Alright.
we have no transportation.
And we have no.
Yep.
Yep. We are now stuck on the outskirts of Whiterun, basically, and we have no idea what the hell is going on. We just suddenly got ambushed by a bunch of people shooting arrows at us.
Oh, it's one.
I'll say that as of right now, Whiterun itself, because of the Civil War, is currently up in flames. There is no Jarl. The entire city is just in chaos. So we all kind of just regroup on the outskirts of it, like near where the stables are, because there's literally no one around. It's just completely deserted as far as we can tell.
Also, Ethan, make a new character.
I'm kind of just looking at you guys as you show up, and I say, "Wait, where the fuck is the other dude at the gnome? What happened to him?"
I will People
Oh,
better don't
well,
know.
see, he sort of became a porcupine.
God damn it! Did he run at the arrows?
Yes, he used his tactical know-how and decided that'd be the best option to become a human shield, and died in the most glorious fashion.
God damn it! All right then.
Whatever they are.
Well, there's also I'm gonna roll a d20 real quick to see if there's any horses around whatsoever that we can use.
So wait, is Whiterun just abandoned?
Yeah, Whiterun itself, it's on fire. We can't tell that there's anyone around.
Let's loot it.
I don't think I want to go in there where there's more than likely more arrow boys.
Yeah, it's on fire. But I'm telling you, if we go in, there's most likely going to be people there.
More than likely there's gonna be worse than the arrow boys.
Okay. I'll look around for things. I cast detect magic.
Okay, roll d20. Also, I rolled 11. There's no horses around whatsoever. The stables are just completely abandoned as well.
3. I rolled a 3. I find nothing. Absolutely.
I investigate if there's any valuables worth taking.
Roll d20.
Ethan's corpse.
Is that with investigation?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a natural 20 plus 4, so 24.
Okay, so
Crazy.
Connor, you basically go inside the stable house itself to see if there's anything. You notice that there is a chest in the corner of the room. You open it, and inside there is. Let me roll real quick.
The tiara that Ethan somehow dropped across the map.
Ah, no. A new hand touches the beacon. I hate it.
Okay, so Connor, inside the chest, you find 300 gold as well as a staff of lightning bolt, which does a d50 worth of damage plus 20 lightning itself.
What? Crazy.
Hold up, a staff of lightning bolt?
Yeah.
Yeah, you add this.
Yeah, so it's d50 plus 20 to whatever you roll, basically.
D50 plus D plus 20?
Yeah, d50 plus 20 to whatever you roll for damage.
Speaking, Connor, we can barely. The words are barely legible. Squish your the face cams to the side.
All right, I have to piss real quick, so I'll be back in a second.
What?
Alright.
The words on your stream are like the words on the page are barely legible.
Ethan,
So
What?
like push the.
Oh, yeah.
you made a new character. Are you making a new character?
No, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Wow, they just are barely legible. Thanks. Dang.
Ethan's going to bed. No, he's dead. We're fine then.
Yeah.
Good night, Ethan.
Good night.
Hasta la vista. One Capitan. He tactically withdrew towards the enemy.
Why are the words so unlegible?
I don't know. I didn't even notice that. It looked fine earlier. Actually, it looked completely fine earlier. It might just be because my stream is in trash quality.
Now you've made me worried. What does mine look like?
Mine, my stream is in 648p.
Mine's in
So-
720. Mine's in 720. Okay.
All right, I'm back. Did Ethan leave or?
He's dead, so he went to bed.
Okay then. Do you guys want to call it a night, or do you just want to continue without him for right now?
We'll just continue with that. I'm not for that.
Yeah, his character died anyways, so that's fine. All right, so basically after we loot the stable house, we are now just kind of stuck on the outskirts of Whiterun. I kind of look around and I notice the sign pointing towards Solitude and Dawnstar. So I basically suggest that we can walk on foot from here if you guys are okay with it, or we can stick around and see if we can loot Whiterun, or at least go in and see if we can find anything.
Let's walk away from the burning
Let's loot it.
city.
I say loot it. I vote loot it.
Yeah, I say loot it.
Also, John, you gonna put your camera back on? Or?
Yeah, hang on.
Okay.
All right, so I kind of look at you guys and I go, I can detect a lot of powerful magic in that city just from standing out here. It's probably going to be a bad idea that we go in there.
Doesn't matter. Loot.
You want to go see if we can find anything, anyways?
I'd rather
Yep.
raid Norse tombs. Nord tombs.
We'll get better.
All right. So I guess I reluctantly agree just to go in with you guys and take a look. But I tell you, if the moment I sense any trouble or something that could outmatch us, I'm leaving and I'm going. I'm heading for Dunstar on foot.
I'm also leaving.
I will also book it.
All right. So we enter the city. The gate, as we go head up to the gate itself, we notice that basically all of it is destroyed for the most part. The gate itself is blown wide open, and it seems there's nobody around. We walk inside, and pretty much the entire inside of the town, most of the buildings are up in flames. The only exception being the blacksmith shop, which, because it's right next to the water source, the forge as well as the smelting spot itself is untouched, but the shop itself is on fire.
I cast Detect Magic.
Okay, roll a d20 with advantage because I already said I can sense that there's something here.
14.
Okay, so you can sense that there's nothing in the immediate vicinity, at least in this district, but you can sense something coming towards the Jarl's Palace, Dragon's Reach. Something incredibly powerful is up there, but you can't tell exactly what it is.
I would like to run all the way up there and kick the door down.
Oh.
You want to kick the door down?
I will
Okay.
kick the door down.
All right.
I follow.
Oh, my fucking phone.
Yeah.
All right, so you all basically walk through the various districts. The entire town, it looks like, is just abandoned, or every building is on fire, especially the Companions Hall. It looks like that one is completely ransacked and abandoned, too. You head up the stairs to Dragon's Reach, which seems to be the only building in the entire town that's not caught on fire. And you head inside. Daniel, you kick the door down, and the inside is completely dark. It seems like there's no one in there at first sight. And all the lights and the fires are out and shit. Do you guys want to look around, see what's going on up here?
Now, John, I want to ask something. Can
What?
I yell loud enough that it turns the lights on?
No, it's fire and torches. It doesn't work like that.
Now, how do you know that I can't scream loud enough that light manifests inside?
Because I'm the DM.
Can I
We use thaumaturgy?
No, thaumaturgy doesn't cause flames.
Yeah.
You know, Connor, you're a mage. You can just cast a fire spell and light the fires if you have to.
Nah, I want to make it hard. Let's just keep it dark.
I
Why do we even need light? What's the point of light?
hold
I can see in
So
the
you can
dark.
look around.
I can
It's
see in the
Dragon's
dark.
Reach. It's Dragon's Reach. There's not a whole lot of natural light in the main building.
Oh, that is
I
true.
can see in the
Connor
dark.
can't see in dark.
Matter. Elf.
Oh.
Is it half
Anyway,
We're half elf.
I hold Sacred Flame above my hand.
Okay, so you're just going to use that as a torch? All right, that's fine. I do the same thing. I just cast a firebolt spell and I use that as a torch. So I am going to use the ability to head into the court wizard's office to see if there's any spells or books in there that we can
I head
use.
for the mysterious door
I
downstairs.
investigate for valuables.
How do you know there's a mysterious door downstairs?
All right,
I know what
so
you're going to go look for.
It's like the door
first
in the
off,
sand.
Alex, you hear a mysterious woman's voice calling to you from somewhere in the palace as soon as you start to think of a mysterious room. I want you to roll a d20 to see if you can find out where the voice is coming from, where it's trying to lead you to.
Investigation or
Yeah, just investigation.
15.
All right, so you can make out the voice. It's coming from the left side to where the kitchen is, basically. You head down the stairs there and into the supply closet. From beyond that door there, you can hear a voice calling for you to open the door and take whatever is inside. Although when you try to open the door, some magic is keeping it closed that's too powerful for you to unlock. Do you want to ask for help, or do you just want to try and break it down yourself?
Can I use Sacred Flame? Burn the door down?
You can try to if you want.
I'll try to.
All right.
I'm gonna ask the
You
master,
cast a sacred flame spell, and it just completely just sputters out. It doesn't do anything to the door whatsoever. So there's some kind of magic barrier blocking the door. The voice is telling you to find a way inside.
I don't remember the quest at all.
Am I with Alex?
No. Unless
No, you and Connor are off looking for valuables in the palace itself.
Okay.
Can I cast Fush
So
bust the doors down?
sure, you basically call Fusro Da, but the shout just directly redirects at you. So I want you to roll a D100 for damage real quick.
No, no. Oh no. Oh no. What is that? 5d20s? Ooh. Ooh, 66.
Okay, yep. So basically, the shout just completely redirects, and you take the full brunt of it, and you get knocked back into the wall. I hear you, or what's going on, and I shout, "Hey, dumbass, are you all right?"
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I cast Healing Word.
All right. Roll a d20 for how much you heal yourself.
Good thing I had that helmet. Else I would have been dead. No, I wouldn't. I healed myself for 1 point.
Okay, 1 health. So now you're at 67.
67?
Okay,
No, I took
I think so, yeah.
No, I took 66 damage. I was at 34. Now I'm at 35.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're still alive then.
Perfectly fine.
Hey, meanwhile, Daniel and Connor, I want you both to roll a d20 real quick, as well as I'm going to roll a d20.
Investigation.
Yeah, just for whatever we can find in here, or in this part of Dragon's Reach.
I should
9.
detect magic.
Got a 5.
Okay, so Daniel and Connor, you don't really find a whole lot. You're just searching the bedrooms and shit up in the upper part of the palace. Meanwhile, I'm deciding to search the court wizard's office. I am looking around and I notice that in the glass cupboards next to where his bed used to be, that there is a strange looking artifact. I'm going to try and pick it open real quick. Right, 17, so I succeed. I open it, and I now have Azura's star with me. It somehow came into the possession of the court wizard of Whiterun. So now I have access to that for any future use that I want. Which is basically just infinite soul gem. So now I have an infinite way of recharging more powerful magical staffs. Oh, speaking of which, Connor, because you do have a staff of lightning, every time you use it, your drain or your charge slowly goes down. So after 5 total attacks, you have to find a soul gem to recharge it to use it further for combat.
Let me write that down. Okay.
Okay, so Alex, we are now back to you. Do you want to continue to try and look for a way to get the door down?
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to do?
I don't remember the quest at all.
I'll give you a hint. It's not what you think it is. You're probably gonna have to look around for something.
I cast Detect Magic.
All right, roll a d20.
16.
All right, so you sense whatever is behind the door is giving off a faint magical sense, but you also notice that there's something far more powerful and more evil somewhere here in Dragon's Reach. But you don't really notice a whole lot else besides that. So, is there anything else you want to try?
Investigation.
All right, so roll d20.
15.
Okay. So you kind of go back upstairs and you look around for a bit, and behind the Jarl's chair, there's a secret glove compartment on the back of his chair. You look in there and you find a small key. Do you want to try and use that on the door downstairs?
Yes.
All right. You go downstairs and the key actually does work. The door swings open and you want to take a wild guess what you find.
The Ebony Blade.
Yes, you find the ebony blade. All right. So let me see here real quick. I'll say that because you're a very nefarious person because of your actions, the blade itself, as of right now, does a D50 for damage. But if you do more dishonorable acts, the damage will continue to go up. But if you decide to turn into a good character, the damage will remain at 50.
It also does lifesteal, right? Or am I misremembering?
No, it's just the more evil or the more people you kill, the more damage it does.
I didn't remember correctly. What else is this from a friend's razor?
All right, so now we have 2 Daedric artifacts that are both in the same location somehow. Are we all done looting, or do any of us want to take a look around further?
I want to look for necromancy related things.
All right, roll a d20 to see if you find anything in the court wizard's office.
8.
All right, no. So you look around, and all the spell books are already most of the stuff you already know. There's not really anything there as far as necromancy goes. All right, so I'll say that as me and Connor are both looting the office, and I get Azura Star, and Alex picks up the ebony blade, we all hear a sudden loud roar come from the upper part of the palace, and the place, just entire palace, just starts shaking. I want everyone to do a d10 right now for damage.
I'm so gonna die. Oh, I just did 10 damage myself. What am I doing?
7 damage. Alright.
I rolled a 7.
Yep, I rolled a 7 as well. So everyone take whatever damage you got, because the entire palace basically just turned into an earthquake for a split second. We all had shit just fall on top of us or bash into us.
I'm so close to dying, guys.
So after that happens, we all regroup in the middle, and I'm basically saying, all right, whatever that thing was, it came from upstairs back on the balcony, most likely. That's the only other place we haven't searched yet.
I say, no, we just run away. Get out there.
You just want to run away?
I don't want to fight whatever the hell just shook the whole building by roaring.
Yeah. I do one last investigation check for valuables that we leave.
All right, we've already searched the entire palace, so the only place left you can investigate is the actual porch itself. Do you want to investigate what's out there behind that door?
Just do a quick peek. Quick peek.
Stealthy.
Okay, I want you to roll a d20 to see if whatever it is notices you.
That's stealth.
Yeah.
12.
Okay, so Connor, you basically slowly peek the door. You slowly peek through the door. It is complete daylight outside, so you have a full view of everything on the balcony right now. You take a small peek out, and at the very end of the balcony, you notice a large, scaly creature. It is a dragon.
All right.
And as soon as you open the door, it makes a loud squeaking sound, and it can see you plain as day in the back. As soon as it sees you, it immediately tries to charge towards the door. Do you want to close it, or do you just want to let it come at you?
Okay, so let's see. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use
I'll tell you
I'm
right
gonna
now.
use command and tell it to stop.
I want you to roll a d20 with disadvantage.
Both rolls were 4. Both rolls were 4. Yes.
Okay, so no, your command does absolutely nothing since it's a dragon, and pretty much the only one who can even have any remote way of controlling it is if you know the dragon language. So it just continues to charge at you, and I'm going to roll a d20 for it real quick. Okay, nope, dragon rolled 11, so Connor, you close the door just in time before it gets to you, and it basically bashes into the side of the palace and is trying to get through to you. Meanwhile, me, Daniel, and Alex are behind you, and I am now saying, okay, yeah, we should definitely get the fuck out of here if that's a dragon, because there's no way we're going to be able to take that.
Think about the benefits of killing it.
There's no benefits, just fucking run. And I just kind of book it out of there.
Grimlock, Yolk, or whatever the hell they say in greeting to each other. I yell it through the door.
So you just want to say some random dragon tongue then?
I say a greeting, yes.
Okay. As you do that, you hear the roaring just stop, and all the tremors and shit just stop, and you just hear a dragon, or a deep, really deep and dark voice from beyond the door just say, Dovahkiin.
Okay, that's not good. That's terrible.
What does that mean? What's
Dragonborn. Which...
Yeah, if you can, any dragon you speak to can immediately tell if you're dragonborn just by the way you speak.
That sucks.
So it immediately calms down and it starts to speak to you specifically, Alex, in dragon tongue. You can understand everything it's saying.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts communicating with you to come meet it face to face. It wants to take a look at what the new dragonborn is like.
And taste it.
I walk out in front of it. Ebony
You just
blade
walk out in
drawn.
front of it?
Ebony blade drawn. Yep.
All right. Let's see here. Hold on. Give me just 1 second. I need to do something real quick.
Make a stat sheet. don't know if I should.
Give me a second.
Yep, you're fine. I don't know if
Like I said, don't worry. I'm just gonna punch it really hard and it'll go down. It's okay.
you're gonna punch it and then just break your own wrist.
No, I'm gonna put my
Again.
fist through its eye and rip its brain out.
It's just gonna blink and you're gonna hit its eyelid.
Well, then I'll punch through its eyelid.
It's.
I'm gonna use my silence so you can't speak. No one can speak. That just
Have you
screws
know,
Alex.
According to my stat sheet, I can speak dragon.
What?
Look
Yeah,
at it.
also I have that as one of my languages as well.
Scroll through. You'll
Why
see
does
it.
everyone know Draconic?
Yeah, I know 5 languages.
What?
I know like 3. I know.
Yeah, me and Connor. Well, actually, I don't know. Myself, I do understand a little bit of Draconic just because I studied at the College of Winterhold for a few years. So I studied in different languages and stuff like
I
that.
understand Draconic.
How do you understand it?
It's one of the languages I chose. I have 3 languages.
Fine, I guess
I
everyone's
chose it as one of my
Dragonborn then.
languages. I did not make a backstory at all for this character, so he just knows.
Okay, whatever. Fine, so we can all understand the conversation, but he's really only interested in Alex because he's technically the Dragonborn.
Yeah, I'm technically his brother in soul. I mean,
Cool. So you basically head out to meet this dragon face to face, and it is like a legendary dragon. It is the toughest dragon possible that you can possibly fight. So it just starts to talk to you and says, "Greetings, Dovahkiin. As you can see, you have basically invited yourself into my home. I have made this entire town and this entire area into my home. I now live here in this palace, that you humans call Dragon's Reach. So please tell me, what is it that you want from me in my home? Have you come just to rob me, or have you come to do something else?"
We have come to rob you.
No.
Connor.
I say I have come to investigate what has happened to Whiterun, the town you now which call home.
Yes, that was me. I ate most of the citizens, and the rest of them fled in terror because they could not stand up to my mightiness. Yeah, I will say this dragon has a bit of an ego.
Congratulations
I will not.
on your conquest.
I noticed you've also taken a few items from my home as well. If you return those, I will allow you to leave here peacefully, but if you do not, then we part as enemies, and I'd never want to see you in my home again.
Also, we can just leave?
Yeah, as long as if we put everything back, basically, he won't try to come after us, but if we don't and we just try to leave, he will try and chase us.
I try to persuade him to keep my sword. Just my sword, the ebony blade.
Alright, roll for persuasion.
Mentioning that the Daedric, I forgot, I rolled a nat 20.
Alright, so he kind of just looks up and down at you for a second. He says, "Very well, I will allow this one item to be taken, as I have no use for it. Meanwhile, you, wizard, return the Azura's star. I will need that for further understanding." So now I have to put that back, and he basically lets us go on our way, unharmed.
Okay.
So we are now all leaving Whiterun, and we know now that the reason the entire town was burned down was because there was a dragon who decided to wanted to live in Dragon's Reach.
Well, Balgruuf has been eaten, so that's sad.
Balgruuf's been dead for a few decades now. This is like 100 years after the events of Skyrim.
Nah, Balgruuf.
Balgruuf's descendants have been eaten.
Balgruuf's kids? What?
Yeah, so basically, we all regroup outside of town. I'm just like, well, that was interesting. You guys want to actually head towards Dawnstar now?
Yes.
Yep.
Let's go kick some vampire ass or some whatever we end up running into. Oh wait, that's Dawn Guard. Never mind.
Yeah, Dawn Guard, they disbanded decades ago. The vampire threat is no longer as big as it used to be in any part of Skyrim.
Lovely.
So basically, we all just kind of walk along the road. It takes about a week or so of just walking and camping out before we eventually reach the outskirts of Dawnstar.
Do we heal?
Yeah, we've already rested. It's been like 2 weeks since we left Whiterun, but we are now in the northern frozen plains of just outside Dawnstar. Alex, since this is technically your home, you start to recognize more and more landmarks as we're getting closer. So you're starting to feel a wave of nostalgia that you get to see your family again. As we are approaching the town, you notice that it is kind of the same how Whiterun was. Everything looks like it's on fire for the most part as we start to get closer, because we can see clouds of smoke from the distance as we're approaching it. So, do you guys want to just continue on and investigate, or do you want to stick to the outskirts and just see what happens?
I investigate.
Let's see.
Investigate.
See if
All
we
right.
get right.
So we all head further in towards the town, and as we get closer, it pretty much looks the same as Whiterun does. Most of the buildings are either burnt out, or a lot of the buildings are just completely burned down, except for the Jarl's Longhouse specifically. That's the only building that seems to be somewhat intact. Do you guys want to go investigate that?
Yeah, I investigate.
I'm gonna kick that door down too.
No,
You kick that door down?
no, I
I'm
open
gonna
it.
kick that
I
door
stop
down.
him and open it.
I'm
All
I
right.
use thaumaturgy to open the door immediately.
punch a hole
No.
through the door.
Alex, you open the door slowly, and on the inside, you see a lot of like just regular citizens, but you don't see your father anywhere. The only person in there that you recognize is the head of security, which is technically your older brother. He was the one in charge of town security for the guards and stuff like that.
This isn't good.
So he immediately notices and says, "Brother, you have returned to us."
What has happened?
A lot has happened, and I regret to inform you that father is dead. Raiders attacked the town and pillaged most of everything. Everyone you see here is all the remaining populace of what used to be Dawnstar.
How did some lousy raiders and bandits take our whole take everything?
Well, it's a bit of a story. They had some help as far as we can tell. We believe that this was the doing of the Dark Brotherhood specifically.
Fucking assassins.
Yes. As you are well aware, we managed to drive them out of town a few years back once we realized that they had their main headquarters here. But it seems they wanted revenge and have taken it back on the town. As far as we can tell, a lot of them are set up at the old watchtower up on the hill. From what we can tell, if we can drive them out, we should be able to rebuild the town, or at least get everything going back up again.
Well, I know.
But as of right now, every night we've had to deal with constant raids and attacks from them. This is the only building that's left and the only place of defense that we have left.
Can I go to I think my brother and I leave to head towards the raider bandit camp.
So we're just going to go up to the lighthouse itself or the watchtower?
Yes. And I shot Fusrov Dot to the ground.
I'll push it over.
All right. So you Fusrod out of the building. I want you to roll a d20 real quick.
Give me something good. 15.
Okay, so you basically Fusrod the foundation of the building. It knocks a majority of everything over and it creates a dust cloud. But a lot of the people that were inside, they actually managed to survive the fall, and now they're all crawling out of the rubble. And they see us all standing there, and they said, "You did this." A lot of them are Dark Brotherhood agents as well.
Can I run up and stomp on all their necks?
Yep, we are going into combat phase. Let me roll a d20 to see how many there are.
They're all laying there. I want to stomp all their necks in.
All right, I will say that there is 5 of them.
Okay, I rolled a 21 for initiative.
Right.
Bruh.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Game?
Got a 12.
7.
All right. So second guard rolled a 19, so he is going to go first. So let me see here. He is going to roll a d20 to hit.
20.
All right. 16, he hits, and
Who's he hitting?
he is going to attack you because he can obviously tell you're the one who made the shout.
You're the one who broke this house.
I have a 16. The 16?
Armor. John said the armor class doesn't matter, doesn't he?
Yeah, we're just going off of health.
I have 16 armor class for nothing. This sucks.
Yeah, honestly, I would have done armor class, but honestly, just going off of health makes it a bit simpler for me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he's going to attack. He rolls a 16 and hits. Now let me roll for damage. All right, he's going to do that. All right, so he's going to swing on you. He hits. Alex, you take 18 damage. All right, now it is up to the second guard, who also rolls a 19. Rolled a hit. And he misses. He was trying to attack Connor specifically, but he kind of just missed the shot because Connor dodged out of the way. All right, and who rolled after that?
I rolled a 21.
Oh, okay. So Alex, you should have gone first. My bad. Rolled it. What do you want to do?
So the dude that attacked me, I want to use Ebony Blade and just cut him straight down the middle.
All right. Roll. See if you hit.
Fucking 12. The stupid assassins.
What?
12.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you swing with the ebony blade and you just miss him.
Son of a bitch.
How much health do these guys have?
I use my War
50.
Priest bonus
50?
action. And I make a second attack with the Ebony Blade.
No, you already used your attack.
I use my War Priest 2 times before long rest ability to attack with a weapon.
All right. Roll d20. See if you hit. Yep. So you missed again.
But the Ebony Blade really doesn't like you, Alex.
I just rolled 12
All right.
twice. That's stupid.
So the second guard, he rolled a 19 as well. So he's going next. He rolled a hit. Oh, come on.
I got 3 turns, right? So, Fusro.
So he rolled 18. So he hits. Now roll for damage. All right. And he is going to attack you, Alex, because you are the closest to them. So you take an extra 5 damage.
How many are there again?
There's 5 of them.
Oh. I see it hit once.
All right. And then the next guard after that rolled a 12. So what did you guys get?
I have a 7.
I also had 12, pretty sure.
Okay. So Connor, you roll real quick.
Good. She's a normal 20 or an initiative?
Yeah, just normal D20. Since every time 2 people roll the same, we just re-roll. Okay, so he rolled a 2, so you go first. What do you want to do?
All right, I'm gonna use Staff of Lightning Bolt. Is this just like a one attack enemy, or can I just like attack all of them one in one?
I'll say that's just a 1 attack enemy, since it's literally just the staff of a lightning bolt.
50 plus
Dang.
20 lightning damage. That's crazy.
All right, so I'm just gonna, I'm gonna lightning bolt the one in the back, the one farthest away.
Okay, so you want to roll? Do you want to hit the one that rolled a natural 1?
Yeah, before he gets his turn.
All right. So roll to see if you hit.
All right, hold on. How do I even get a D50?
I'll just add 2 20s and a 10.
Well, you have to roll to see if you actually hit him first.
Oh yeah,
Which is 20.
D20 for hit. 5. Well,
Yep. So you use the staff, and the recoil basically makes it so that the lightning goes directly over his head and doesn't hit him.
that's sad.
So let's see here. Now it is the other guard's turn. He's going to go next. He is going to attack you because you just tried to basically electrocute him. And he rolled a nat 20, so he hits. Roll for damage. All right, so Connor, you take. I want you to take 76 damage.
I'm dead. I
Yeah.
die.
How?
Wait, what was your total health? 70?
70.
Okay, yeah, so you're unconscious, so someone has to heal you in the next couple of turns, otherwise you do actually die.
Bro. Are you kidding me?
So, Connor is basically just down for the count, and I rolled a 10, so I think I go next, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. So I am going to try and attack the one in the back, the one that Connor missed. And I am going to use just a spell of flames on him. Fuck my phone. So roll to see if I hit.
Frustrating.
And rolled a 7, so I missed completely. So I do not hit him.
It's a waste of a turn. That's just a healing. Damn it.
All right. So who was after me? I rolled a 10.
I had a 7.
All right, Daniel, you go next. What do you want to do?
You at least hit one.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna punch one of them. No, wait, no. I don't need to punch him. I'll quarterstaff him. I can still do the other thing. Yeah, I'm gonna quarterstaff him.
Yeah. So how much damage does a quarterstaff do?
You didn't write it down.
Okay. We'll say that that'll be one of your more powerful attacks. So do a D20 for that one.
Just wanted one hit.
I got a natural
Bro.
20.
All right. So roll for damage now, and then basically just double whatever you do for rolled for damage.
So do I roll 20 for damage?
Yeah. So you got a critical hit since you rolled natural 20. So now roll 2d20s. Or no, roll 1d20 for damage, then double whatever it is you roll, and that's your actual damage for that attack.
So I got a 14. Well, do I add the modifier for the strength as well?
If you want to, yeah.
14, 15, 16, 17. 17.
Okay, so you do 34 damage total. And which one are you attacking?
I don't know. One of them.
The closest one.
Just any of them? Closest one? Okay, that's the one that I believe you did some damage to, Alex. Did you do any damage? I forget.
I missed both times I attacked. I went up and then I went down. And
I don't think any of the guards have taken any
None
damage.
of them have taken any damage. Connor's lightning bolt flew over his head. He died. My
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay,
my
so
samurai move.
Daniel, you were going to attack the one closest, so you hit him for 36 damage. So now he is visibly injured.
Now, as a follow-up, I'm gonna do flurry of blows.
Okay, roll a d20 to see if you hit.
I got a 15. Yeah, I got a 15.
Roll a. We'll say that because you've leveled up, we'll say that your strength has gone up a bit as well. So now roll a d20 for flurry of attack instead.
So I roll two d20s.
No, so you already hit him, but you're rolling d20 for damage now for your flurry of attacks for your second attack.
Okay. All right, whatever.
I know, sorry, I'm being very confusing with this. I'm literally just trying to make this as balanced as I can with what everything is coming off the top of my head. I literally have not planned any of this out. All this is just coming to mind as I'm doing it.
12.
All right, so you do an extra 12 damage. Now the first guard, or the one that's closest to you guys, is visibly injured, and he starts to run away. So now it is down to 4 of you, or 4 of the guards that are still left, and Connor is basically knocked out on the ground.
Sweet.
So everyone go ahead and roll initiative again real quick.
23.
Does my initiative matter?
No, you don't roll for this turn since you're knocked out.
But
Right,
does my
so-
spare the dying work against touching myself?
You
So
got
I'm
a
technically
0 health.
always touching myself.
If you were conscious, you would be able to use it, but you have to be conscious in order to use it.
I got a
Dang.
22.
All right, so Alex and Daniel, you go first. What do you two want to do?
No, Alex goes
I got
first.
23. Check.
Okay, Alex, what do you want to do?
I want to cast Healing Word on Connor.
All right, so roll d20 to see how much you heal.
9.
So Connor, you are now revived. You have 9 health.
All right. Time to die immediately again.
Cool. So
Elder
now,
Scrolls and
Daniel,
Skyrim
what do you want to do?
and Tamriel, stuff like that.
So how many guards are there now?
There's 4 of them, or at least 4 left from the ones that survived the rubble.
It's just D&D.
Quarterstaff, another one of them.
All right, roll to see if you hit.
Yeah, it's in Tamriel.
You got an 8.
Though it's kind of choppy.
All right. So you try and go for the attack, but you just completely miss him.
Wonderful.
All right. So it looks like all the
Nord.
assassins, they actually rolled pretty low. I rolled a 15. So would I go next, or what did you roll, Connor? Oh, no, you didn't roll. Never mind. Sorry.
I didn't roll for this round.
So I am going to do a
Yes,
cast
the angry
wall
ones.
of flames spell. So I am going to try and attack all 4 of them at once. So I am going to roll a d20 to see if I hit for all 4 of them. And I hit the first 2 and it
Yes,
misses the
I am
other
a
2.
critical class.
So that's roll d50 for damage. Okay, so
I
the
have no
first
clue what
guard,
I'm
he takes 25 damage. The second one takes 36 damage. So now they're both pretty. The first one's at half health, the other one's slightly more injured now.
Health's exaggerated. Yes, I am collecting classes like Pokemon.
All right, so now it is the assassins' turns. So they are going to attack me because I just basically fucking almost incinerated all of them. So we'll see if any of the 4 of them hit.
I need to up my charisma by 1 somehow.
Okay, the first 3 hits and the last one missed. So roll for damage.
No, not really. We're very new to D&D, pretty much.
Wait, hold up.
So 4.
I'll have a D100.
Sorry, I'm trying to do some quick mental math. I'm really bad at this.
You're fine, John. Theater of the mind, yes. Indeed, theater of the mind.
I see.
Picture it all.
All right,
Yeah,
so-
yeah, you do see better.
3 of them managed to hit me. I take 48 damage total. So I am now down to 22 health, I
Never
believe.
do math on camera. Very
Yeah,
advice.
22 health. Okay, so I'm now fairly injured as well. But 3 of them hit, 1 of them missed. So now everyone go ahead and roll for initiative again.
12.
9.
All right, so the second guard, he rolled an 18, so he's going to go first. He is going to attack Daniel because he just tried to basically fucking roundhouse kick him and punch him a bunch of times. Let's roll to see if he hits. Roll 17, he does. Roll for damage.
I'm currently a Nord. I'm the Dragonborn as well. I also have the Ebony Blade, but I.
All right, so Daniel, you take 24 damage.
Dang. Oh well.
Wait, you're not dead, are you? Okay, good.
Dude, I've got 70 health.
Enough, we'll take
If
it
I
there.
died instantly, I'd be very sad.
Pull a Connor.
Yeah, the only reason Connor died was because he got a critical hit, and the dude rolled literally like almost max damage that he could have done.
Ethan became a porcupine. Ethan was the first casualty. Wait, no, I was the first casualty. And then Ethan was the first epic casualty.
All right, so I'll say after this point, just because I don't want any more of us to die for one session, all the assassins, they feel like they're at a standstill with us, or they feel like they're losing this fight because we've all done so much damage to them, but we're all injured.
Is that any better?
So they all start to basically retreat down the hill back to where their actual main camp is on the outside of Dawnstar. They were using the tower basically as a secondary base for raids.
Mm.
So, do any of you want to try and roll to see if you can hit any of them while they're running away? You'd have advantage
Yes.
for it.
I'll take
Yes.
my dart and throw it at one of them.
All right. So, anyone who wants to try and attack, roll a d20 with advantage. See if you hit.
I got an 18.
Wait, what's going on?
Roll d20 with advantage if you want to try and hit them since they're trying to retreat.
I got a 14.
Right. So, looks like
It's an
you,
interesting
Connor,
bit.
you and
I'm
Daniel
gonna
both
just stand
hit.
there and do
So,
nothing.
both of you roll for damage.
As you can
I
see
went
here, I'm
for
Reggie the
dart, too.
Stormcrown, and I'm a Nord, the Dragonborn, or a Dragonborn. Also the son of the Jarl of Dawnstar.
Wait, who are you talking to, Alex?
A viewer.
His
Singular, the
Yeah.
singular
Okay.
viewer I've had in who
Alright.
knows how long.
Hey, John, how much would you say a dart would do?
A dart? Like, are you talking like a fucking like a dart throwing
Probably
game
that,
kind of dart,
probably
or
that.
like?
It's probably like a dart or like a small knife of some sort.
Okay, we'll just say it's like a throwing dagger. Basically, we'll just say that's a D10 of damage.
How much would you say a syringe would do?
Health is
'Cause I'm about to throw a
exaggerated, and so
syringe.
is attack damage.
Probably less than that, like a D5 maybe.
All right.
So we rolled damage, right?
Yeah.
We hit. I got a 10.
Right. You hit the more injured of the guards, and it hits him in the back of the shin.
Yeah.
So now he is limping away, but he is
Everything's
extremely
exaggerated.
weak. He is basically on the verge of death.
Sweet.
Okay.
And Connor, you roll a D5, right?
Hold up. I need to. D&D Beyond doesn't have a. Where is the Google Dice?
That's what I was saying, man. I could not find
Just
the
Roll,
Google
just,
Dice.
just search up Google Dice on Google, and
It
it'll
did
just-
not.
I did. It didn't come up.
It
Alright,
didn't pop up earlier.
5-sided dice.
I had to use some random.
I got a 1. All right.
Okay, so you throw the syringe, it hits the dude in the other shin. So now he is both his legs are taken out, and he's trying to crawl away now. But the rest of them have escaped.
Yes.
So, do you guys want to try and interrogate him, or do you just want to kill him straight up?
That's great. So about 3 grunts. Huh?
Do we want to? I don't know. Do you want to interrogate him, Alex, or can I just like smash his
Because
head?
he's basically just trying to desperately crawl away from you guys right now.
Okay, I guess we're interrogating him.
All right, who is interrogating him specifically for information?
I'll do it.
Not the monk, I guess.
All right, Daniel, I want you to roll for
Yep.
intimidation to see if
Dawnstar
he's
is up
afraid
in
of you.
flames. Whiterun is run by a dragon right now.
I got a 10.
All right, so he's kind of injured, but he says he's not gonna say shit about where they're based out of to you.
Can I break his leg?
His legs are already pretty much broken. He has a
I
knife.
burn his
he
legs
has,
off.
He has,
Oh wait, no. Can I break all of his fingers on one of his hand?
roll for strength.
Can I just burn his fingers off?
I mean, it depends. Do you want to kill him or do you want to interrogate him?
I mean, it wouldn't
Oh,
kill
wait,
him.
hold up now.
5.
Hold up now.
What's up with me being suddenly so weak?
I use Zone of Truth to cast it, so he has to speak the truth to us.
All right, Connor, roll d20 with advantage to see if it works.
Where is he
13.
when we need
Smelly
him?
grunt.
What?
I got a 13.
All right, so yeah, I'll say because he's so weak, it actually does work on him. He's not able to resist the spell that much. So he looks at you and just immediately
ugly.
flat out tells you they have a camp based out in the hills to the basically to the east of where you guys are by a few clicks. You know, in Skyrim itself, like how there was a Imperial camp like to the east of where
They look
Dawnstar is.
harmless.
Yeah, it's basically based out of there is where the assassins are right now.
Has he used all of his usefulness now?
Wait, what
Yeah,
did we find
you
out?
you guys know where the assassins are at now, so you can do whatever you want with this one.
I want to break his neck.
I burn him to ash.
All right, Daniel, you just snap his neck right there, and then immediately afterwards, you cast a spell of Secret Flame, and he is incinerated to a crisp.
Let's go.
All right, good job. So, let me
What?
think here.
Can I collect his ashes and sell them later?
What?
They're not going to be worth anything, but I mean, if you want to collect them, you can, I
You can
suppose.
turn him into drugs.
It reminds me of.
Yeah.
Mix them in with your
No Man's
skooma,
Sky.
may give you
That's
a
what
nice
these things
little
remind me
buzz.
of.
Do lines
You never
of,
know. You never know when you're
Brotherhood.
gonna need some people ash.
That's crazy.
Do a Dark Brotherhood line of like cocaine. Just
They poison it. What?
snort some Dark Brotherhood members.
What? What did I miss?
Connor's collecting the Dark Brotherhood's ashes. He wanted to sell them, but then like they're not going to sell very much. So I'm like, just do lines of Dark Brotherhood. Snort them.
These things are. They look harmless.
Probably the grungs.
Do you see?
Yeah, I'm looking at your stream. Yeah.
Grung's lore is crazy. What?
All right, I'm trying to think real quick.
Mhm.
I'm kind of the only real thing that I had left, like that I actually had an idea for, is we could try and attack the camp and loot it. but I didn't really have a whole lot of ideas besides that for tonight. So
Oh,
if you guys
that's
want
so
to,
harmless.
or if you guys are down to do it like later this weekend, we can do it then. Or if you want to, we can just do the raid now, and then I can think of other ideas for next week.
We could wait till maybe Ethan's able to make a
We should
character
wait.
and join
Yeah,
us.
we need.
I'm about to
Oh
die.
yeah, yeah. One of our dudes died, so he just went to bed.
He got filled with arrows.
Just
Yeah, you got filled with a volley of arrows and just died on the spot, turned into a porcupine.
He was also a gnome.
I don't know how he's a gnome and yeah, rest in peace.
He was the Hulk, but as a gnome. He had like a +6 modifier to his strength.
It goes up to 5, I think. His strength is crazy though.
He had like max strength.
Holy shit! It's already 2 a.m.
Rest in peace. What was his
Rest
character's
in
name?
PC.
I don't even think he had a name. It was probably something stupid anyway, like Hermie or something.
Hermie.
It honestly
The fuck?
probably was.
Hermie the elf. Now he's neither reindeer named Rudolph. I go become a dentist.
Fuck, I need to check something real quick.
Mhm.
When is? Oh shit! I think I may actually have to go to bed soon. My package is supposed to be here between 10 and 2 tomorrow.
I'm gonna pass
Oh,
out.
is this your
and die.
character?
What about what?
Gnome barbarian.
He was a gnome monk.
It's crazy.
Didn't he? Yeah, he sent his character.
Oh, he did send his character.
Did he doodle a picture of
What?
his character?
What is this?
Is he lying? I wouldn't be surprised. It's Ethan.
No. Susan, the once giraffe, now monk.
What? What is up with John's camera here?
He turned the lights off.
I kind of.
He's just been smiling.
That's fucking creepy as shit.
All I saw, all
Now, then I switch to this, and suddenly you can kind of see me again.
Yeah,
All
all
you
it
could see
reminded
was
me
your
of was
bright
Homer.
white teeth.
Homer Simpson. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I'm fucking blind now.
In the first.
Oh,
hour.
And back to darkness.
Oh, goodness. That's pretty good. You draw him?
This guy actually
What?
was just super strong. Ethan was just actually super strong.
I have no artistic
Mega
talent.
gnome.
Ooh. Come on, camera, work. Hello. Focus. Hello, focus. I'm right here.
Fiverr, yeah. Looks good.
Okay, my camera's being dumb because I fucked with the light levels too much.
Give
Wait.
it, John.
Wait.
Have sex with the light bulbs.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Nah, it's still fucked. Okay.
You've been playing since
Well-
2020, this campaign? What time?
Well, I am gonna hop off and go to bed. If you guys are available tomorrow or Sunday, we can also do another session then, because I don't have to go back to work till Monday.
Sweet.
I might be able to get on
Alright.
tomorrow.
I should be
Cool.
able to.
Get on tomorrow, like after 11.
Level 7 and I get 5 attack with.
All right, I will talk to you guys later then.
Yeah.
John.
Good night, John.
Yep.
D6 plus 16. That's crazy.
Alright then.
Yeah.
Should I just heal my character up to max?
Yeah.
This would be a long rest, yeah, so. Well, it
I
would
mean,
be
what can he say?
That sounds like us.
Except we're not killing
We
every
literally-
character. We're dying to the Dark Brotherhood.
Well, I mean, we aren't really doing the common damage that we should be doing.
Everything.
We're doing John damage, so. we're doing the extravagant and then like the not so extravagant
Yeah.
damage. And then not having armor class, because I think if we had armor class, we would like Ethan wouldn't have died as like so fast.
That
may
was
have
a
taken-
50 to 100. We didn't even know the amount of archers that shot Ethan.
No, I knew. I saw 50 to 100
Yeah,
archers.
yeah, we know it was
And
50
then,
to 100. That's a wide range, and that's a lot of people shooting bows and arrows. That was just
see,
archers.
I could have survived it.
This guy's crazy.
I deflected the arrows with my hands. I think I would have been fine.
No.
Funny.
Definitely would've died.
And then Ethan didn't even use it. Ethan just went in straight up with, I died. It's like, bruh. That's why Ethan died. He didn't read his character sheet.
West Marchers? What is it, West Marchers? Mm-hmm. Okay. That sounds interesting.
Dang, that's a lot.
That is a lot of people. It's crazy. For over a year? For over a year? How many stay active for over that year? %, yeah. Sounds about right. It's crazy though. 8 DMs for over 100 active players. That makes sense. But 8 DMs for over 100 people. It's mind-boggling to me.
I'm gonna end my stream. That we're not really doing anything.
Downtime. There doesn't seem to be much downtime we're going to be getting. That sounds exciting. Pretty fun to participate in. Not Daniel looking at Skyrim. Oh, it's 75% off on Steam right now.
It's like $10.
Mm-hmm. Few weeks without a mission. What all could you do in downtime? Oh. So wait, then how did downtime work? Did everyone live in like the same village, or was this like blind? How'd this work? Lifestyle, that's like the red shit stuff like that. What was that? Here's the D&D ground. I just think I chose wherever it is. Wherever it is. Crazy. Okay. GP cost for each type. Did, like, the lifestyle change as the more gold you got, or was that just you're just stuck with the one you chose? Was there like a limiter on how you pick, or was it just you pick one? If you can afford it. Let's see. What happened to the server? Why? Why'd they kick you out? What caused them to kick you out? Control freaks then. Do you know what's happened to the other server? Are they still up and is it working, running? Or no? Understandable. I mean, I don't know what to say on it, but like, yeah, that sucks. What are you doing? What?
What?
What? Are you just scrolling through Instagram again?
Yeah, what else am I gonna do?
Contemplate buying Skyrim. You offer it in $35.
Yeah, I know. I don't have any way to do it though.
You don't have a card?
Why would I put my debit card
Maybe
on?
the debit card makes sense. Have you thought about starting another one up, or have they just that happening stopped you from doing it again? Okay.
I know.
You were the DM. Okay. I mean, I that makes sense. I don't know what I thought. What's the channel? It's like John here, or the DM. Just that with that. Thor. Yeah, that's better. Sure. I'll subscribe. Retro games. I can see the retro games. A lot of Shining Force too. Permadeath Challenge. That's all deaths. You had to emulate it, or is it just on Steam? Ah, Grounded. I've only ever seen Grounded when I just scrolled past it in the store, so maybe I should. Yeah. What is Shining Force? All games are better with friends, I would say. Cool, cool. That's a JRPG. Not really my cup of tea from the 90s, yeah. I haven't played very many JRPGs. I'm trying to think of the one I did. I don't remember. Other games, shorts. Gotta make it hard. There it is. What was the thing? Battlegrounds, you said? That was the thing? Roll 20. Yeah. One of our members recently got a computer, like just today. So that was the main reason we hadn't done anything like this. This looks a lot more convenient than we've been the way we've been doing it. So it's just like 3D. The one thing with my friend group is that we're all cheapskates. None of us will spend as little money as possible. It's just yeah. This looks so cool though.
How much does it cost? How much is Tailspire?
That's right. Yeah.
Assume a monthly subscription.
Join us on Discord. Oh. I don't know what I'm doing. Buy on Steam. It's on Steam. 25. Oh.
Oh, one-time cost, yeah. Everyone has to buy it though.
Yeah. See that. Oh, that's the wish list. 24.99 now. Could have been 20 a while ago. Who knows how long ago? Looks epic. Oh.
Yeah, this looks cool.
I feel like it'd be much easier to do storytelling. Visualize everything.
Yeah.
So you can just copy and paste buildings. That makes... Maps town. We can... It looks so convenient. I don't think Ethan would buy it though.
Yeah, he won't.
Daniel
way.
definitely wouldn't. Are you even... There's a bed in the other room. You can sleep on there. You looked past the fuck out, bro. Big mouse get laggy. That's cool. Could you not just load other maps? You have these all like on hand. I don't know how you get these links so fast, man. That's what Google. Got the magic fingers, dude. I'm still in college for software development, so. I'm pretty sure I had an account for this. I couldn't tell you. So it makes
Yeah, I'm looking at the subscription for Roll20 right now.
none of us are gonna
Yeah.
pay subscription. I'd rather pay the one-time fee.
The free the tier for Roll20 is like you have 5 players to share with, like 100 MB of storage. And I'm not sure what look for group is, but that's all you get.
Interesting. Dynamic lighting. Oh, that's the total price.
Oh yeah, I thought it was $50 a month at first when I first saw it.
I thought so too. That's crazy. Plus,
Like the price of a Minecraft realm.
I'd still rather make one payment up front.
Yeah, but we'd all have to do it.
Could easily put Ethan back in the debt. Actually, Ethan is still in debt with me. He still owes me money. I forgot. Race Shadow Legends still does ads. This is crazy.
Hey guys, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Roll20 and
Alright, yeah.
ask about the way I make maps, and I've had lots of players ask, and I would show them. So I thought I'd put together a video to kind of better explain it. And
Making 3D maps on Roll20?
So we'll start with going through the 3D maps that we made.
Oh,
So,
yes.
in
With a
case you
voice.
don't know, Roll20 is a virtual tabletop for playing games like D&D and Pathfinder.
It doesn't sound bad if you're worrying about it.
Maps, character sheets, tokens, all that kind of stuff. So one thing I do with my maps is I make them so a character that climbs over the chain. Radix chain, otherwise he falls in the water. You can have some monsters that are running across the bridge to attack you, and you set on fire and it burns away, and they have to fall in the water and shoot them like a fish in the barrel. They might run over and climb up this ladder to get to this section, and then these guys are actually a section even higher, and they shoot down at you, so on and so forth. That makes it kind of unique.
6
But
minutes.
let's move on to another map so we can get some other ideas here. So here,
Oh, he's got anime tabs.
stuff. That way my players always kind of know.
Yeah, he's got anime tabs on his bookmarks.
Huh?
Watching this video,
Huh?
your viewer on the video, he's got anime tabs.
Hold on, what are my tabs? An island, bushcraft. My order time clock. I mean, at least he doesn't have 4 things for bushcraft. There it is. There's Connor. College work, and then watch reincarnated as a sword. Remember that? That was garbage.
Oh yeah, amazing anime.
I usually make these 3x3. That way, if they fall, they take D6 or 2d6 damage or D10. You know, depending on what game you play.
Is
Not a
it?
whole lot, but if you want
I
to
didn't
make
like it.
a
The
big
eyes were
damage,
just
that way
weird.
you make it twice as high, and you know, if someone falls, they just die. You know, so depending on how dangerous.
We still gotta finish that.
Yeah, we do.
The height of it, but I just kind of grab a. I usually make it 3 squares or in full swings 15 feet high, and I just kind of start laying a foundation, just an outline. We're gonna make 2 cliff sides. Back
To your eternity.
to back.
That sounds. Why does everything sound familiar?
To Your Eternity is the thing that evolves as it like eats things or whatever. I don't know how to explain it. Guy with white hair. The boy with white hair. It's good. Yeah.
Oh, this. A whole town. I haven't. I haven't watched this,
Yeah.
but I have.
It's
think I've
good.
seen it
I watched
before.
season 1. I also read part of the manga.
We'll have to watch it together. Daniel didn't even leave the chat. He went to bed.
Dang.
I mean, Maiden Abyss. That one doesn't actually sound like Maiden Abyss. You know what that one is, Connor?
Yeah, I know what Made in Abyss is. I don't really have an interest in watching it, but I know it's a lot of people's like favorite anime. Specifically VTubers.
VTuber.
It is a very common thing for VTubers to, enjoy Made in Abyss.
Everything bad. VTubers are stupid. Yeah, they are. Gotta agree.
Yep.
This looks like a game. What? Is this? Yeah. 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 What is this? Why is it? Is this a game? Is this even the anime?
Yeah, Made in Abyss got an 8.7 on my anime list.
I've never seen it.
It's ranked 58. It's the 58th most best rated.
The other one sounded better. The one you gave me town, To Your Eternity.
To Your Eternity is good.
We'll have to watch it then. Along with Reincarnated as a Sword. Yeah.
And One Punch Man. I feel like everyone's seen One Punch Man.
One Punch Man. Yeah, One Punch Man. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. My Hero? No. Just no. That's all I'm gonna say on it. No.
I mean, it's enjoyable.
No.
It's enjoyable to watch.
No.
It's because it's basic. Doesn't mean it's bad.
It's just no.
It's got fun moments.
The only character I like is what was his name? Hero Killer Stan.
Dane. Yeah.
Stan. Yeah, that's his name. Now the anime I watched growing up, Naruto. Loved that, man. I loved that. Boruto. I haven't watched Boruto. Yeah.
One Piece is where it's at, though.
Oh no.
One Piece.
It is not.
Best anime.
It literally is not.
No, you don't get an opinion on it. You gotta watch at least 500 episodes to get an opinion.
No.
You gotta watch half of a series before you can get an official opinion. That's how anime works.
Sure, buddy. Whatever you say.
Yep.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. A lot of filler. A lot of unnecessary filler.
Don't have to worry about that with One Piece, though. Not as much. It's just better.
No.
One Piece better. 11% filler compared to like 40%.
No. I'd rather not.
It's only a small time investment of like a month nonstop.
I mean, it really depends. If I like 4 minutes of my time. Turn out these into action. Wait,
This is Jules, VP of a catch-up company, about to use Grammarly to handle a...
My Hero Academia, or Boku no Hero Academia if you're annoying, takes place in a world where people have superpowers called quirks. Some people get cool quirks that make them
I hate that they call them
while
quirks.
others get quirks that turn their head into a cactus. The main character is Deku Scrub. His quirk is not having any powers. Deku wants to be a hero, but he's quirkless, so the other kids in class like Bakugan make fun of him and tell him to kill himself.
Bakugan?
Yeah, they seem like real good candidates for the hero program.
Bakugan,
One day
right?
Deku
What?
meets his idol All Might, and he's like, "Hey kid, eat this hair. It'll give you superpowers, but don't tell nobody." And he inherits All Might's quirk, but it's so powerful that it nearly makes him explode every time he uses it. Can All Might and Small Might overcome the hurdles to get Deku admitted to the #1 Hero Academy? They sure can, and it'll be so awesome that you won't even notice how it makes absolutely no sense the rest of his classmates pass the exam with their totally irrelevant power sets.
Well, Miss Hagakure, I'm afraid we can't pass you. After all, you didn't destroy a single robot.
You can't prove I wasn't the one killing all those robots.
Shit, you right.
Fall in love with an ensemble cast of characters with such likable designs and personalities that people forget they're 15 and it's really creepy to sexualize them. Please stop. Meet Deku's friends from Class 1A. Interplanet Janet. Initial D. Slip and Slide. Easy Make Oven. All Frogs Go to Heaven. Gunpowder Gelatine. Dynamite with a Laser Beam. Caught on Tape. Not on Tape. Tetsu 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 Tetsu. 2 Birds, 1 Hero. Animal Crossing. Damn it, how do these things always get so tangled? That's rough, buddy. Oh, ew. Soda, OJ, purple stuff, and 2 kinds of Sunny D. Now time to introduce Class 1B. I'm just kidding, they don't matter. Follow Class 1A through all their adventures, like the time the League of Villains shows up, the time the League of Villains shows up, and the time the League of Villains shows up. Huh. can they defeat dastardly villains like Bad Touch Man and this girl who looks like she's on the verge of climaxing? Not to mention the raw excitement that is teenagers decorating their dorm rooms and the unparalleled drama of unpaid internships. Every arc focuses on a different aspect of Hero Society and how maybe they shouldn't keep giving UA millions of dollars to build these fake cities as training grounds, especially if the school keeps killing the children. Say, if those two characters shared a single frame of screen time together, ship them! Ship them, ship those, ship everyone! Everyone should kiss everyone, except the one who wants to kiss everyone, he shouldn't kiss anyone. Bad Touch probably also shouldn't kiss anyone because his lips seem pretty chapped. Not a lot has actually happened in My Hero Academia, but the pacing's so good and it's so well executed that it keeps you interested regardless. And you can't deny how fun it is to imagine your own
Alright,
superhero with their own
okay.
unique quirk.
Yeah. I went into the comments of the video and it just, yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's one of the sub comments of it. It's some guy trying to defend the sexualization of the characters, even though they're all underage. Show, but he's going off, because the age of consent is 13 in Japan. It's fine.
Yes. I mean, intensified crying was Deku's version of pork, someone says. I mean, it wasn't wasted, I would say. What other shows on here? Overwatch? That's not even a show. Wow. Ruby. I hated that art style. Did they ever change it? Yeah, I did not like this. Oh, well, never mind.
That's disgusting. That's like 3D animation.
Yeah,
That's bad.
It is bad. I have no clue why they do that. Why do they do that?
Pretty sure it's easier.
Yes, I want to know why. You aliens.
Bro, what?
What do you mean aliens, huh? He's not going to elaborate. I'm so confused. What do you mean by aliens? He's got silent Cutter. I don't, no, he's just laughing now. This is confusing.
Aliens got to him.
Yes. Real, real funny. Get that out of here. Let's see. Exhausted. I would say heavy homebrew 5e. Yep. Like, straight up, I don't think John, the DM, has read the rulebook at all. Poor fools. Is that... How bad is that? Oh no. Should probably change what I'm doing on Twitch to just chatting. There's me. There. Where the hell do I change this?
You press the pencil. The pencil next to the time.
No, I got there.
Yeah, you got there the long way.
Hover over it, hit F3. Wait, what are we talking? What? Brain explodes. Just chatting. I think the most popular Twitch chat. Twitch. What is the most popular? Sweet. That's a lot of races there. What's this? Oh, would you look at that? Four different orcs. Four, all called orc. Literally, this does the same thing. Oh, I have this book, I think. Classes. How do I move around on here? I am quite dumb. Just kidding. Thought about this. I think I'm gonna have to get all classes on my character. I need to get one more charisma. Tale of Absurd. I haven't heard of it.
For bathroom odors that linger, try Febreze Small Spaces. Just press firmly and it
We can't skip
continuously
15-second
fights odors in
ads
the
now.
air and on soft surfaces for 45
That's been there a while now. 15 seconds ads.
I'm never on YouTube.
It's not every day that you get to play a high-tier 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons character. So when one of our friends offered to run a one-shot game for a birthday and asked us all to make 14th level of characters, we were all pretty excited. Originally, I had wanted to make a high-level spellslinger who get those powerful magics that let you warp reality. But then I had another character concept pop into my head. One that I knew that if I didn't play now, I probably wouldn't get a chance. So I contacted the GM and asked him, "Hey, Sue, I have a little bit of a weird character concept I'd like to run past you." "Yeah, sure, what is it? As long as it's from the book, it's probably fine." "Oh yeah, it's from the book. Just, I thought I might double check with you just to see if it's okay and everything's fine." And I told him my concept, and he's like, "Is that even a legal character?" I think so.
I do gotta get a
Pretty sure
plugin.
it is. If you can make it
But I am too
legally,
lazy.
I'll allow it.
I also barely use YouTube.
Yep, I'll
Other than
see what I can
uploading
do.
the stream, the unedited stream.
The day came and we all
That's all
pulled
I do
out
on
our
YouTube.
characters. While the GM and I were keeping mine a secret, they went around the table and introduced their PCs. And then, finally, it came to introduce my guy, Absurd. His backstory was that a long, long time ago, when Absurd was a young lad, he was admitted to Swagort's School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. They were like, "You're a wizard, Absurd," and then after a year they're like, "No, you're not," and they kicked him out. And then, after being on the road, he got caught up in a fearsome tribe of barbarians. The barbarians? Yes, who doesn't know the tales of the barbarians? That fearsome group of marauding minstrels who would tell tales of their epic conquests. And then after them, I encountered some religious clerics that were like, "Hey, come join our church. Our Holy Mother welcomes everyone with open arms." And then after a while, they're like, "Maybe not you," and I got kicked out of there too. And after I left them, I joined up with the Wilderness Guards. The Wilderness Guards? Yes, the Wilderness Guards. A group of soldiers that would go around like rangers, watching the forest, and were trained in the art of Kung Fu, and had paladin magic, and could shapeshift into giant ferrets. Honestly, the group didn't admit a whole lot of people, kind of didn't want extra members. Every year they're adding more requirements, trying to kick people out. I think they were kind of elitist, little bit of a douchebag, just saying. And after I left them, I was on the streets for a while, and I met a guy who taught me the secret to being a rogue. Hey, you know how you can use a knife to stab people?
Alright, I gotta get off
to
to
it like
actually get some
really,
sleep.
really hard when you do
Yes,
that.
yeah.
And then I discovered I have a bloodline going back that gives me magical powers, other than the magical powers I already possess. And then after that, Cthulhu was like, "Hey, do you want some more magic?" And I said, "All right, sure, yeah, that sounds cool." And there we have it. That's my backstory. And I did all that because, you see, when I contacted the GM about the character I wanted to play, I said, "Hey, I'd like to play a multi-class character." Sure, yeah, what classes? All of them? Well, I'll be damned. With that strange backstory, that gave me just enough experience to multi-class into every single one. That's really weird. Some people are like, "I want to play a jack of all trades," and then they wimp out on like one or two classes. No, when I say I want to be a jack of all trades, I want to be a jack of all trades. All of them. Not this one or two class thing. And I pulled out my character packet, not my character sheet, but a character packet, because each of the classes that use spells required their own sheet. How does the character play? It doesn't. I mean, seriously, I'm an archer that can't shoot, a fighter who can't fight, a healer who can't heal, a wizard who can't cast a spell. Does that sound like a broken character to you? The hardest part of making Absurd was figuring out how I was going to be role-playing him, because I had to think of why he kept getting into these groups and then promptly get kicked out. I didn't want him to be just, like, evil and people kept catching him or something. So, this is what I came up with. Absurd was a drifter. He looked like the kind of guy who, whenever things started to get difficult, he was off to the next job. On his neck was a bandolier of different gods he worshipped. "Oh, hello there. Nice to be making acquaintance with you. I am Absurd." Really? That's the voice you're going with? "Let's go! We have big adventure waiting for us. I will be singing a song. I am great at singing." So the party took off, on to the next part of the story. We arrived at a forest that was cursed and manifesting strange creatures and monsters. As we were passing through it, the party got jumped by enemies. "Oh no! Watch out behind you! There is great danger!" Absurd ran out on his own and got jumped by these fey quicklings, who darted off, and he pretended to walk away. "Oh no, I think we can't find them. I guess I'll be going now. Okay. Goodbye." And then they came out to attack me. I was like, "You have fallen for my deception," because Absurd said he was going away, but he didn't actually go away. "So you have fallen for it. I is very clever." And then he promptly got stabbed. Everyone was like, "Oh no, not Absurd. I can't help him. He's so far away. So far away."
That's good.
A thumb comes up and he says, "Don't worry, everyone. Absurd is okay. It's okay now." In another fight, we were being attacked by centipedes. Bugs started crawling on me, and one of them was like, "Oh hey, Absurd, those bugs might crawl into your mouth. You should close your mouth and stop talking. Please?" "Oh, that is great idea." so I close it in their silence. Oh, thank God. I finally got him to shut up. When they suddenly heard a voice in their head. Oh, hello there! I am talking to you inside of your head! I have the Warlock's awakened mind because I'm also a Warlock, and that's one of the powers I have. Absurd is very powerful. It's very powerful magic he has. That way I can be talking to you even when I can't be talking to you. Isn't it great? At the end, we finally got to confront the final villain, who was holding someone hostage. Is there any way we can free that person? Because we didn't want to just abandon someone.
Why, yes. Perhaps if one of you were willing to sacrifice yourself, I might be tempted to do an exchange. My prisoner for one of your own. Of course, you would have to sacrifice one of your number, but I know you wouldn't be willing to do that, since the bond which your group shares is tighter than anything. The agony over sacrificing one of your own would be a burden that you would have to carry forward for the rest of your days.
What stories lie in the future for Absurd? No one can truly say. Rising against the evil, when there is great danger, I am the hero of the story that they call, and the name that they are calling is Absurd!
Huh. So, what exactly could he do with that character? Sounds like a great experience. Jack of all trades, but master of none. Hmm. I think that's gonna be the end of the stream for tonight. Good night. Stay safe. Thank you for following. Peace.